Okay. Looks like I'm coming through. Yep. Okay. Unmuted. Time to get this stream started. To Yunjin. So the plan is Yunjin and Ningguang get both of their hangout events done. If I still have enough time, energy, and motivation, we'll do Shinobu. They are the last three hangouts I need to do, and then I am completely caught up on hangouts, story quests, and everything. And I can really get into the new swing of things for the next event. Next version, I mean. Version 2.8. I'm excited,
Can't
my
you
lovely
pencil it
ladies.
any sooner? The clock is ticking, and I need this resolved ASAP.
Lovely ladies.
I'm sorry, but we don't have any adventurers available at this instant.
That's where you're wrong, bucko.
Ah, your timing is most optimal. Allow me to
You're a
introduce
goddamn
Yu Ning,
robot.
manager of the Yunhan Opera Troupe. She has commissioned the guild to.
Traveler? Ugh, Yunjin is always talking about you. Please, you've gotta help us find her.
Yunjin is missing?
Yep, she's gone and disappeared. Now of all times, just days away from the big performance. All she left was this short note.
To whomsoever finds this letter, after some discussion about the Divine Maiden play with my friends, I find that there is still much to learn indeed. I've gone to Lingwu Pass in hopes of gaining some inspiration. I will return within the day, so do not worry, Yunjin.
If our audience doesn't get to see Yunjin on stage, they'll start tearing the place down. I mean, what am I supposed to do, huh?
She literally said she would come back.
That's what I said too, but.
Look, when you're a megastar like Yunjin, you gotta start taking things a little more seriously. Saying she'll be back doesn't give me a whole lot of reassurance when she's showing no regard for her.
God. Well, shouldn't call her a bitch. I do like her a lot.
Why does she have to go and practice somewhere so dangerous? What if something happens to her? What am I going to tell the audience?
Worst case scenario, she still has a vision.
Well then, what if she gets into a scrape and hurts herself? If she gets so much as a scratch, it'll be a loss to the whole nation.
God, I'm gonna let her escape more often if she has to keep dealing with people like you.
As you can see, this is what we're up against.
I do not envy you, Catherine.
Would you be willing to accept this commission?
Okay, for Yunjin.
Ugh, wonderful. Ugh, thank the stars. Please, you've got to bring her back, safe and sound.
Again, you're still blowing this out of proportion. Let her have some time to herself. She's capable. I love that it's all it took was the crane returns on the wind for me to change my tune about her and actually get invested in her. Ah, monster attack! I'm taking this fight. Oh shit, she was just kind of chilling with it.
Fire hazard.
Solidify.
You alright? Hurt?
It's you. I do
Yes,
apologize.
it's me.
I didn't see you there.
Hey, Reaper. Doing the hangout for Yunjin, and then I got Ningguang, and then if I still have time, energy, motivation, it'll be doing Shinobu. Because these are the last three hangouts I have to do. Then I have all story quests and all hangouts done and ready for 2.8 and whenever they else add new ones. I've been working my butt off to get to this point. Seriously?
What brings you all the way up here? Oddly enough, I was just thinking of scheduling a meeting with you later. I didn't expect to run into you here, of all places.
I heard you went missing.
Ah, I see. So Yunning sent you. I did tell her not to worry.
Yeah, she's blowing it out of proportion.
But on this occasion, it seems I'm rather lucky you came. You've helped me avert a major catastrophe.
Ah, well, maybe you'll be able to tune in when 2.8 starts and we're going to the Golden Apple Archipelago and Kazuha's Story Quest and all of the fun little events because I have pretty much gathered every last chest in every nation. I've done basically every puzzle. I'm just working on grabbing the last Geo Sigils in Leeway, and then I have basically all non-respawning collectibles done. So hopefully you can tune in. But once it kind of get to 2.8 and then get through 2.8 and wait for Sumeru, I might start playing some other games because then it's just spending daily resin, and I don't have much to do or talk about Genshin per se at that point.
It's a pity, though. I was so close to achieving the state of mind that Shenhe was talking about.
What state of mind?
Do you remember what Shenhe said about the divine damsel fighting against the evil monster? That in reality, she hadn't acted as courageously as the operatic rendition would have you believe. That it was simply a matter of life and death, and she chose self-preservation.
Nice. May not personally care about Kazuha, but he is honest to God busted when it comes to just his swirl reactions and stuff like that. Kazuha helps a lot in the Abyss, and it'll probably help. Well, he also helps with exploration, and God knows we're going to need to climb a lot of shit in Sumeru, the rainforest and deserts.
Granted, she later admitted that she preferred the version of events given in the opera, with its portrayal of a divine heroine sacrificing herself for others. But after giving it a lot of consideration, I think that this character is defined by her emotional complexity and even uncertainty. So the more emotions I can experience for myself, the wider range I will have to draw on in my performance. If access to a different state of mind can help me provide a fresh interpretation of the character and her actions, well, surely it will take my acting skills to the next level. That's why I came here. My plan was to take it slowly, start by just dipping my toe in, as it were. But once I started, I just got completely drawn in. I feel like I was so close to a breakthrough here.
Fair. There's only like 3, maybe 4 current Sumeru characters that I want to try to get. Dendro Archon, Al Hatmi Hatim or whatever, Daya, and then Kidala or whatever. Daya is probably my number 1 priority, but getting the Dendro Archon would also be really nice. Want to try again? I'll join in too.
You've defeated an ancient god before. How am I supposed to experience genuine danger if you're here with me?
Touche. Touche.
I suppose I had better return to Liyue Harbor for now. I'll only end up putting you in an awkward position otherwise. Goodness knows how you'd explain this to Yunning.
Very true.
I wonder whether I have gained anything useful from this trip. I suppose only time will tell.
Oh, I think Sino might be the one you're talking about. The one you're is that the one you're wanting primarily? Because I think he showed up in Anniversary 1's trailer or something like that, where they showed off like one character from every new region, every following region, and he was like the Sumeru titular character.
Can you put a few more adventurers on the case or something? The clock's still ticking away.
Please have faith in him. Ah, they've returned.
Yunning, we're back.
Yunjin, are you okay? Are you hurt? Do you need to go to Boo Boo Pharmacy?
No, I'm fine. You don't need to worry. When it's time to go on stage, I'll be there.
Look, I get it. You like to go out exploring. That's fine. But do you really have to go off thrill-seeking this close to the show? You have to take better care of yourself, okay? For all our sakes. For the opera troupe and for your audience.
I really like Union.
We're just lucky we had the Traveler to help out. What if something had happened to you, huh? What would I say to our audience?
Well, I would say the best way to make it up to our audience is to give them the best performance we can. Don't you agree? While I'm off stage, as long as there is something, anything I can do to improve my acting ability, even the slightest amount, I can't pass up the opportunity.
You know, Ugh, I don't know what to say anymore. Traveler, please, you tell her.
So, what's your honest opinion?
And the show story preview when the game came out. Yeah, I think that's he had like long dog ears or something like that, or Anubis stylers. Union. I'm siding with Union.
I'm glad you agree.
Union. Yunjin.
Right. Then let's get.
Hey, Traveler, get over here. You've only just managed to bring Yunjin back. Now you're taking her straight back out again? What's the big idea? The next show is just days away. Please, if not for me, then for the sake of the opera troupe, I'm begging you, help me convince her that at the end of the day, she's gotta fall in line.
Not an easy task.
Well, okay, maybe that's asking the impossible, but at least try and keep her distracted. Please, just keep her occupied until the next show.
What are you two talking about? If it doesn't involve me, I think I'm going to.
You know what? It does involve you, actually. The Traveler was saying, come on, help me.
Oh? Well, what do you need from me?
Oh god, I want to become an actor.
You want to become an actor?
You do? Oh, yes, of course he does. He was just telling me that he's interested in exploring his dramatic side and, would like you to give him some coaching. Right, good. Well, let's not beat around the bush. Traveler, your master awaits.
Hold on. I don't know if I'm really ready to take on students yet.
Please, this is the day you've dreamed of, isn't it? You certainly talk about it enough. And look, now he's here, ready and willing.
Okay, I get it. You can stop now. Whew. I am delighted that you wish to study the performing arts from me. But the issue is, before you could become my apprentice, I'd have to get approval from the founders, the do an initiation ceremony. There just isn't time for all that right now. So, for now, I'll just teach you a few basics. Informally, one friend to another, there's no need to call me master.
What about teacher?
What? Don't you think that's a bit old-fashioned? Let's work on that later. Until we settle on an appropriate title, just call me by my name. Let's meet tomorrow morning on the bridge by the sea at Feiyun Slope. I'll do my best to prepare a good first lesson for you.
Yeah, that's Sino, I believe.
Whew, what a relief.
I still don't like you, Yuning. You're way too controlling of her. Really are. Let Yunjin do what she wants. Oh, 6 days. Whoopsies. I have no idea where I may have heard this from, but I think like 3.6 or 3.7 is might when he be coming. He's not. We'll get we'll basically get Dendro Archon. Basically, I think every character shown, even I think Scaramouche, we might. Wait, no, this. I think we'll get them before we get him
Good. You're right on time.
in terms of rotations.
Punctuality is an essential quality if you want to make it big in the acting world. Without it, you won't be able to keep on top of all the work you need to do each day.
Where should we start?
Well, first I'd like you to answer me one question. How many pigeons flew from the bridge when you were passing through?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, 7.
Huh? Yes, that's right.
I got it
I'm
right.
amazed. Are you this good at everything? Anyway, the point of this question was to test your powers of observation.
I'm a god. We both know I wasn't paying attention. I'm a god. Math god, math god. I am not this observant normally.
Eyes are the medium for the transfer of emotion. You must train your eyes to be bright, active, and strong.
Are my eyes active and strong?
Watching the birds fly, hover around, and come into land will not only exercise your eyesight, but also cultivate attentiveness.
Oh, that's easy. Less than infinity, more than 0.00000000000000001 in terms of quantity.
Indeed, my own daily training routine starts right here. I watch the pigeons to train my eyes, and I sing to the tide to train my voice.
Nope. Statistically, that's impossible because there could be grains of rock that are way too small for our own eyes to see. The ocean has rocks in it. Boom. Man, this line the whole I sing to the tide to train my voice. That my mind went straight to the gutter in terms of how I could train my voice. Alright. Well, you didn't specify that for in the original question. So, well, here's the thing. That means I'm not wrong. You just left out critical information, thereby making the question invalid. So you have to throw out the entire thing.
All in good time. Grasping all the techniques involved in opera singing and posture is not an overnight process.
I'll teach you how to sing in proper posture. No, but you are very attractive.
Let's start from the very beginning, with some general theories to help you better understand the concept of performance.
Enough to make you cry. Concept of performance.
Of course. I am in written correspondence with performers from many nations in Teyvat, which has rather broadened my perspective on this topic.
That's 90 more than you probably would have preferred to spend. Performers from many nations in Teyvat, which has broadened.
For example, let's start with something simple. How would you perform yourself? Try to relive the events of that day when you were battling against an ancient god and fighting off the Fatui. What can you see? What did you feel?
You're gonna need to be more specific. I fought like 3 ancient gods and fought off Fatui. Or
Now, I want you to look out at the ocean in front of you and recall the raging waves and the atmosphere of peril from that day. Take a deep breath. Now, gradually, embrace the scene, immerse yourself in it, and let all the emotions back in.
Fear of being overwhelmed by an evil god.
Good, good. So that's how you felt. Next,
My
I'd
friends
like
list
you
is
to
currently
focus
full.
on the goal you wanted to achieve at that time.
Check Leo on her.
Good, yes. Use that. Okay, good. Now,
I don't think so, because
all
I
of this
haven't added
overwhelming
new
emotion
people
is
to my
welling up inside of
list
you,
in a
and I
while.
want you to let it all out. All at once. Go.
La 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 la.
Stop. Wrong. This is all wrong. There's no emotion, no soul. Granted, the character you are trying to portray is your own self, but your performance didn't do the scene justice at all. I couldn't hear you fighting for your life while gargantuan waves were crashing all around you. What I heard was the sound of someone doing vocal exercises by the beach on a calm day.
Aldrix in most of them, but yeah, Aldrix is in my trio. If I may, we are by the beach and it is a calm day.
Here's the thing. When you're acting, it's not only about getting into character, you also have to recreate the scene in your mind as vividly as you can. Now, I appreciate that you did actually experience this particular scene for yourself, but maybe conjuring up specific details of your surroundings at the time is a little too advanced for novices.
It was a pretty rare experience, even for me.
You're right. If we were looking for an environment to help evoke the emotions you felt at the time, I suppose we could try again. A little farther afield, at Guyunstone Forest.
No need to go out all that way.
Oh? Too far away? Don't worry, I was just thinking aloud. Besides, even at Guyunstone Forest, we'd still have trouble recreating the state
Figured.
of the sea that day. Let's try something else. Come with me to the suburbs just north of Liyue Harbor.
Sounds closer than Gilliamstorm Forest, at least.
If you've got no objections, let's head off.
What should I try this time?
Okay.
One with nature.
Don't know yet.
The battle you fought on the Jade Chamber was a very strange set of circumstances, even for someone like you. It's quite normal that you can't get into character.
Maybe
just like
Muramasa?
that.
I don't know.
I know it's hard to recreate every facet of the experience in your mind. But what you could try is to replace the foes you faced in that scenario with ones you are much more familiar with.
You mean
I'll
replace?
give you an example. Let's say you're performing a scene where your character experiences the grief and pain of a death, but you yourself have never experienced this kind of tragic loss before.
If you've played Shinjuku, you'd kind of get an idea. Not Shinjuku, Shimosa.
Well, you can replace death with another, more familiar scenario that evokes a similar sense of grief and pain for you, such as. You bust a gut trying to find a treasure chest. only to finally reach it and find it filled with cabbages and radishes.
I did them before the Lost Belt came out because they also did. There's I think all of them, including. Well, I know it's singularities, pseudo singularities, and Lost Belts. Every time one of them would be released, they always had a like month-long campaign of, well, if you beat it within this amount of time, you get an extra amount of Saint Quartz. Oh, the pain of it all.
Ah, now you're catching on. Action scenes work the same way. Perhaps the experience of facing an ancient god is a challenge to recreate. But if you're replaying the kind of actions you perform every day, you just need to let go, and your subconscious will guide you through.
Plus, I also at the time wanted to grind up some of the materials for 1.5 singularities servants.
Come, show me how you normally fight.
Especially
You can start
Magatamas.
with monsters nearby.
And I think Shinjuku has the best page node prior to, I think, one of the Lost Belts or something like that. Geronimo! Navajo!
They're coming.
Pocahontas!
Just do what you normally do in this situation.
Don't blink!
Hey! Yeah!
It's really nice. I have basically all of my servants leveled. Castoria was the first new servant I had in a while that I could spend experience on. I have a second archive full of experience cards, and my present box also has some experience cards. JP's even worse. I have like
That was
500
Such deft and fluent
5-star
movements.
XP cards just chilling in my box. Not even in my second archive, just in my present box.
Just like a real adventurer.
JP they gave out. I think it's we'll get an update eventually. I think where it's like based on your main story progress or something like that, where you get some XP cards from that as well. It has an indefinite expiration date, so it can just stay in there until I need them. But also my second archive and my regular archive and my regular inventory are kind of full of XP. But it's just at one point I went, all right, let's just level all of my servants. Let's get them all to max so I can unlock all interludes, all strengthenings, all future strengthenings, and then and then I can just save resources because then I only spend them instead of spending them on 10 units at once. I can only spend them on 1 unit afterwards every now and then. And overall, it's just kind of a nice feeling not having to spend on that particular. I am a real adventurer.
Let's perform the scene again now, while the battle is still fresh in your mind. Look at those red-clad scarecrows. But I want you to see them instead as those Fatui who brandish the sacrificial knives. Now, let us reenact the battle on the Jade Chamber. It's okay if you can't recall the events clearly. You can just replace them with the movements you are most familiar with.
Nice. Yeah, use this while you can, and then I think in September, or probably late August, early September, we'll have the next Narrow Gill Fest thing, so you'll be able to stock up on QP and everything else you'll need then as well.
And attack! The 3 Adepti are manning the Guizhong ballistas. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
Could do this simple, but 360. Woo. Nailed it. No scope 360. How did it go?
I can't fault movements in terms of technique. But Fatui are larger than most monsters. I don't think it was a conscious decision, but you were aiming a little too low. And you also didn't strike with enough force. Overall, it was just lacking that sense of being in the heat of the battle. Veteran practitioners of this acting method are able to adjust and embellish their real-life experience enough so that it makes an adequate substitute for the scene they are trying to portray. But adjusting deep-rooted habits to adapt them for the stage, that's no easy task.
It doesn't sound easy.
Still, this was only your first time trying this method, and all things considered, I think you've done quite well. But judging from your movements, I think this next method might suit you a little better.
What is it?
Choreograph every aspect of your onstage performance in advance. Every movement, every facial expression, even your emotions, and rehearse it thoroughly. You can reference existing characters from opera or imitate similar people from your own life. In short, you want to pin down every detail of the character you want to portray in your mind, and then work through them methodically and find ways to bring them out.
I don't fully understand.
Well, in your case, what you need to do is imitate your past self. Think of yourself not as you, but as somebody outside this world controlling your every move.
That's even harder to understand.
It's complicated to explain, but once you give it a try, I think you'll get the hang of it. Okay, how about we start by setting a simple scenario? The Fatui in red want to attack the Guizhong Ballista, and the heavyweight guards in blue want to try and stop you. What you want to do is evade all the blues and go straight for the reds.
Evade the blues, go straight for the reds. So evade the reds, go straight for the
Yes,
blues.
I think that sums it up. There's an open area to the north. I'll set up a stage for you. When you've finished rehearsing everything in your mind, come in.
Evade the reds, go straight for the blues. Find the purples. Tax the greens. Marry the orange. Spend your life together with the brown. And eat the red. Eat the rich.
Well, have you finished rehearsing?
I think I'm
No
ready.
need to rush. Take your time. I shall guide you with my voice. Wrong. Start again.
Wrong. Start again.
The wind knows.
Here he is.
Incoming.
Fuck the scarecrows. They'll burn faster. Oh no, they don't catch fire.
One with nature.
Speed of light.
This is a dumb experiment, but an experiment regardless. Bergamagurn. English, right?
Well, have you finished rehearsing? No need to rush. I shall guide you with my...
At least they're not making me rock the dual blade while running around with them.
Now managed to bring out more of that fearless hero quality that time. My hard work coaching you has finally paid off. This method might not sound as sophisticated and exciting as the first two, but it's the most popular choice for teaching beginners. Rigorous rehearsal and vocal training is at the core of this school of thought. It even works on those whose performance lacks emotional depth at first. As long as you practice diligently, with time, you will achieve mastery one way or another. Either your finely honed skills become a good substitute for innate talent, or the process of honing your skills cultivates genuine talent within you. People say that when you truly master the art of singing, even the birds and beasts will be drawn to your song.
Next, Snow White, right?
I know. I guess I still have a long road ahead of me when it comes to developing as a performer.
Couldn't you have gone with the beginner's method first?
Well, because even if I had, you wouldn't have put your heart into it. It's been written on your face this whole time. Just try and keep her occupied until the next show.
I thought I was doing a good job of hiding it.
Don't forget that acting is my bread and butter. Did you really think I wouldn't be able to see through it? Still, this is a rare opportunity, and I hope you have at least learned something from it about the beauty of the performing arts. The operatic tradition carries countless historical memories within it. As long as the art is kept alive, the voices and faces of bygone heroes can be recreated on the stage for generation after generation. I hope that your voice and your face will make their mark on Liyue Opera too.
My voice and face make a mark on Liyue Opera?
Yes. As well as coaching you today, I have also been closely observing every move you make. Do you remember the basics of the final method?
Imitate similar people from your own life?
Don't you think there's a striking similarity between you, who stood up for Liyue and fought off a god of old, and the divine damsel in the play? With you as a reference in mind, I'm sure I can finally make a breakthrough in creating my own adaptation of this character.
Why was your first method to go and put yourself in danger?
Because as far as I'm concerned, the immersion method, drawing on life experiences, and imitating others are all valuable acting methods. Even if my every movement is rehearsed to perfection, I
Oh.
can't move the audience without conveying emotion.
I feel like I'm gonna sneeze again. Hate it. Alright.
And even if I fully master the character's emotions, a little choreography will help make the performance more polished and appealing. Whatever the method is, as long as it offers something that can improve my performance, I will always give it a try. Thank you for trying them out as well. It means a lot to me. And congratulations on making it to the end of your first acting class.
When's my graduation ceremony?
Graduation ceremony? I'm afraid that's still a long way in the future.
Come on, Teach.
For now, I hope to incorporate part of you into my performance of the Divine Damsel. But one day, I hope to write an opera all about you. When that day comes, I hope you will be able to join me on stage and give me some constructive criticism.
How about we practice some voices together?
It'll take a lot of hard work to reach the point where you're ready to go on stage. But I'll be here to keep you on track every step of the way.
You're a demanding coach.
Here we go again. So old-fashioned. Then again, I suppose I will have to give you a lot of instruction along the way. And if I won't let you call me master, teacher, or coach, I've got to think of something you can call me. Ah, I've got it. You can call me mentor.
Cast contemplates the play's meaning. Train a little harder today, that someday you might perform on the same stage. Aw, that's cute. Das is cute. Alright, 1 out of 5 done.
Can Can you put a
Same
Please have faith in
dialogue.
Yunji?
No.
Look, you have to take better. We're just lucky.
Well, while I'm off stage,
You know, you
so
Safety should come
exactly,
first.
exactly. Just think of all the people coming from far and wide just to show you their support.
why do you make it sound like they are coming to see me and not the show?
Well, same difference, isn't it?
I don't think so. They seem quite different to me. Well, either way, you're quite right. I mustn't let down our audience, especially those who came from afar.
I hate letting Yunying be right. Yunjin should be able to do what she kind of wants.
And I certainly mustn't make you come out looking for me again. So I suppose I will put my training exercises on hold for a while.
Whew. I'm glad to know that the brightest star in my troupe is finally gonna start listening to reason. I'm gonna head back and see how the set is coming along. Don't go disappearing on me again.
All right. I'll head back and do some rehearsing. It's no substitute for first-hand experience, but it should still help me iron out a few issues.
Also much safer than first-hand experience.
Speaking of which, I haven't even thanked you properly for saving me. If you are free after the show, come and find me at Hayu Tea House.
Oh, next day. Whoops. Oh yeah, Reaper, you still there? If not, no worries. Get heavy. Run, boy, run. He's quick. Run, boy, run. Boy, run. That's one way.
Liyue opera is really something, but Liyue opera performed by Miss Yun, now that's something else.
Ooh, cool.
Thrilling performance. I've never seen anything like it before in my life. Your reputation is well deserved.
Oh. Or
Well, I've had the pleasure of seeing the talented Miss Yun on stage many a time in the past, but the songs still sound fresh and new every single time. It's been barely a few days since I last saw you perform, but once again, Yun Jin, you've progressed by leaps and bounds.
Oh, you're far too kind, both of you. I'm still new to the profession, but I promised myself when I joined the troupe that I would strive to develop myself as a performer every day. And I wouldn't be where I am now without everyone's faithful support.
Nonsense, you're too humble, Miss Yun. You're a major celebrity. Who in Liyue hasn't heard the name Yun Jin?
In the circles I move in, anyone who says they've never seen Yun Jin on stage is at risk of getting laughed out of business. As it happens, I have a business meeting at the Xinyue kiosk with a client who is also a big fan of yours. So, I was wondering if you'd perhaps like to join us for the meal.
Oh, me too. I've booked a table at the Lioli Pavilion and was hoping you might join me.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry to both of you, but I won't be able to make it. I'm very grateful for the invitations, but I'm afraid I already have arrangements for this evening. Isn't that right, Traveler?
Sorry, I'm a little late.
Okay, you have plans, but you're really gonna pass this up? I mean, you could always reschedule. Wait a second, you're...
Am I really so famous in Liyue?
Well, I guess it's not going to work out today, then. Maybe another day, Miss Yoon.
Huh. They took off pretty quick. Do they know something I don't? Haha, I guess I'll be leaving too. Wouldn't want to cramp your style.
Take care, both of you. Sorry that I can't see you off. Whew. Thanks for coming to my rescue. Again. Look at you. You're a national treasure. Even Gentry Moutsai is in awe of you. I feel a little sorry for Shinue Kiosk and Liuli Pavilion. I just hope the food won't go to waste.
Why don't we go to Shinue Skios?
I don't think we'd be able to get a seat this late. But it's fine. I have a better place we can go. Let's head downstairs. I owe you a big thank you tonight.
I could just go kick in the door and go, sup, I need a seat.
Miss Yoon? Oh, wow, it's really you! I have just a few questions, if you don't mind.
What's your hair care product? What's your exact height? Can I have a lock of hair? Can I have about 20 more?
Hey, get back here. Oh, ditzy girl, you don't have a clue what you're doing.
Are you a journalist? If you'd like to arrange an interview, you'll have to liaise with my manager.
Sorry, Miss Yun. Don't mind her. She's just new and still learning the ropes. We'll leave you oh.
Miss Yoon, I'm interested to know why you added a silk dance to the scene where the divine damsel makes her appearance.
You noticed that?
Yes, based on the original script, that scene would see your character perform the Adeptus Walk. But the addition of the silk dance meant that the whole way you carried yourself was so much more...
Animated.
Yes, but delicate and graceful, like a crane.
Oh, sorry. Which publication are you from? How come I haven't met you before?
Oh, well...
Yeah, we're from the Steambird. I am Boy Yi, the editor-in-chief. And this young lady is Shuryun, one of my journalists. We were based in Fontaine. Just recently we made the move back to Liyue.
Oh, I see. You're from the Steambird. Then it's no wonder. Your journalist has clearly done her research.
That's very kind of you, but really, my level of knowledge is very basic compared to...
Hey, Miss Yoon is throwing you a bone here. Make the most of it, okay? Talk to her! Talk to her!
Talk to her, damn it!
Actually, I'm afraid there's somewhere I need to be. And I'd really need to clear this interview with my
Play it safe and book the interview with your manager.
Yes, you're right. I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid the troupe is pretty strict about the rules for this kind of thing. So we'll have to do this one by the book. Please liaise with my manager, and we can do this interview another day. The Steambird is a highly reputable publication, so I'm sure my manager won't give you a hard time. Once the interview is arranged, I'll be very happy to answer any and all questions you have.
But... fair enough. Sorry if we're being intrusive. Please forgive us? We'll leave you in peace. Hey, come on, quit dawdling!
Yes, I'm coming. Bye, Miss Yun!
Hey, wait! That's the wrong way if you wanted to talk to my manager.
They're gone.
Oh well, never mind. I have a friend who works for a paper. I'll ask them later. For now, though, the top priority is making good on our plans. Now that I think about it, I've turned down 3 social engagements tonight. Come with me. Our plan is the only one remaining, so let's make the most of it.
I'm special. Aww. And I expect that that will be a branch. Yep. There's at least 3 of the... Half a day leisure. Do.
I can smell the fragrance of food in the air. Yes, Churhu Rock is definitely the place to go after a performance.
Are you taking me to Wanming Restaurant?
Oh, you're a fan of Chef Mao's cooking too? Wanmin Restaurant's blackback perch stew is hot, spicy, and fresh. But it's not kind on the throat, so unfortunately I can't eat much of it.
That makes sense.
Also, it's a bit cramped in there. I prefer open-air restaurants. Hey, have you been to Chen the Sharp's place before? His grilled tigerfish is the best around. Third Round Knockout and Wanmin Restaurant are both great restaurants. But when it comes to barbecue, this is the place to go. Enjoying some nice food and drink, sitting by the hot coals in the cool breeze? Let's go.
Really cute.
Tigerfish! Grilled tigerfish, hot off the grill! Oh, hey there. Is this a Miss Yoon which I see before me? It's been a while. What'll it be? The usual?
Yes, please. I'm out with my friend today. Let's start with a plate of stir-fried meat and a handful of skew, and of course, some grilled tigerfish. 2, please. One with just a hint of chili, and the other one,
Name is yours.
Got it. Your grilled tigerfish will be ready soon. Do you want any drinks with that?
Serve drinks
Yeah,
here?
I don't advertise it though, because it's just something I'm experimenting around with for fun. Miss Yun likes a drink with her barbecue, so I ended up getting her to try them out for me. So, would you two like some tea, or?
Anything new?
Well, I managed to scrounge some milk from Dongsheng next door. A merchant from Mondstadt told me a while back that there's this popular drink doing the rounds there called milk tea. I tried my hand at making it too, but the response has been kind of lukewarm. Still way off being ready to add to my menu.
Tea with milk? Sorry, milk tea? It might not be the best thing for my throat, but if I'm just having a little taste, I mean, I think it should be fine. Oh, but what about you? Anything you want to drink?
Milk tea.
Okay, let's get yours in first. And I'll have one of each if that's all right. I'd like to try them all.
Okie dokie. And here's your
Okie
tigerfish,
dokie.
fresh off the grill.
Come on, let's enjoy it while it's still hot. Piping hot barbecue and a nice cool drink is the best sensation.
Okie dokie.
That was great. Shame about these drinks, though. I only had a little sip of each one, so there's a lot left over.
What do you want to do with the rest?
Well, I mean, I could just drink them, but they're a little bland for me. Nothing that special. I guess he must have toned down the flavors to make them palatable for a wider range of customers. We could just add some flavor back in? In fact, do you know the Hot Pot game?
Surely not.
Let's play the Hot Pot game with the leftover drinks. I'll add some extra ingredients based on my tastes, then you try to guess what I added. Sound good? Don't worry. After mixing in the new ingredients, I'll also drink half, so I won't add any weird stuff.
Are you sure this is how the hot pot game is played?
We don't need to worry about every last detail. Come on, I'll go grab some ingredients from the shop next door. Once you've psyched yourself up, come and join me.
I've had actual hot pot recently, and it was amazing. Shouldn't have done the half and half, though. Should have just done the original one, because the half and half got a little too spicy over time. I mean, I still enjoyed it, don't get me wrong. But poor toilet.
Okay, get ready. Oh, and no peeking.
Waiter
It's
gaze.
ready. Let me try it first. Pretty good. Your turn.
Knock it back. How did you drink this with a straight face?
Oh, just regular facial expression control. Besides, it's nothing that unusual. I think it tastes okay, doesn't it?
But amazingly, it actually tastes pretty good.
So did you work out what ingredients I added?
Matsutake tofu salt.
Close, but not quite. We can try some more combinations. I wonder what kind of new flavors I could create with some more traditional teas, like pine nectar or snow blossom. I can't wait to try it out. I'm getting excited just thinking about it.
I never thought that this would what you would be like off stage.
Huh. Well, people do often say that getting deep into a character is about identifying the part of you that is similar to them and bringing that into the performance. So, in that sense, I can't say it's incorrect to conflate an actor and the characters they play on some level. But there are many more sides of me than the few you see on stage. So ultimately, yes, I am not the same person on stage as I am off stage. Sometimes, when I get letters from people, I can tell from the way they write that they see me as someone cold and aloof. I can write back, but I have to be very careful about what I say. Likewise, when I get invited along to banquets and so on, I have to make sure to keep myself calm and composed the whole night.
Hmm. It's a shame your offstage personality is definitely the cuter one.
I bought you one drink, okay? That's not a license for you to start saying weird stuff like that. Well, never mind. You seemed like you were being sincere. I'll let it go. All I was trying to say is that everyone has many different sides to their personality. And if you get fixated on just one of those, there's so much you'll never discover about a person. I mean, if we hadn't had the chance to hang out and chat like this tonight, there are things about you I might never have gotten to see, like the mighty and distinguished traveler, diligently reviewing my hot pot drinks.
I would have assumed you were serious all the time.
Me? Serious? On stage, I guess, but off stage. Just think of me as another one of your friends. Just one who happens to have a flair for the dramatic.
Aw,
So, friend, what shall we do next? Something to remember today by?
let's get a photo.
Get a photo? You mean capture this happy moment for posterity so we can look back on it later? Sounds good. Let's have the food stall in the background. Now how...
Grilled tigerfish. Get it while it's hot.
It looks good. I hope whenever you look at this photo in the future, it will remind you of the good time we had today.
So goodbye for now.
Hold on. How is one photo going to be enough? We'll both need one if we want something to remember each other by.
Right, you have a
You
point.
take this one, and I'll take another photo of you. But could you find another location for us? I'm thinking somewhere around Feiyun Slope with a good view. I'll join you in a moment. I have something to prepare here first.
Oh, I have a feeling she's gonna be mischievous, huh?
Sorry to keep you waiting so long.
I wasn't waiting long at all.
The view here is great. The lights, the buildings, it's the ideal spot. I can see you chose it carefully. Yes, this angle is perfect. Okay, strike a pose and close your eyes.
Close my eyes for a photo.
Yes, please. Quickly now. Get ready. 3, 2, 1. Open your eyes.
The key here is consumer psychology.
Brought together by common interest, a photo together for memory's sake. Oh, that's cute. Okay, that is really cute. Oh, that is so cute.
we can try some more.
Game.
I can't wait to try it out.
Really, you and
I'm
the
getting
characters you play are
excited
nothing
just
alike.
now. Well, people do often say that getting deep into a character is about identifying the part of you, so in that sense, I can't say it, but there are many more sides of me than the few. Sometimes I can write back.
Your on-stage persona is more striking. That's
You
unavoidable.
think so? So you prefer the way I am on stage too? It's fair enough. After all, every detail of my onstage presence, from the songs to the costumes and makeup, is carefully crafted for maximum appeal.
God damn it. I know this is a photo op, but now I feel bad.
And I've worked hard to try and cultivate an image that appeals to everyone, regardless of age or gender. But if I can't lighten up and joke around, even with my closest friends when I'm off stage, that's a real bummer. Never mind. Talking about this is just going to kill the mood. Tonight was about me showing my gratitude to you. So, did you have a good time? Is there anything else you want, like something to remember the evening by? A souvenir, perhaps? Anything you can think of?
Autograph photo of you?
Okay, here you go.
You had one prepared already?
Well, people ask me for autographs all the time. Usually, what they want is a signed picture of me on stage. Apparently, that makes it more valuable. Yunning suggested that I keep a bunch of them on hand at all times to make things easier.
Ah, yes! That one is a picture from the Divine Damsel of Devastation. I have one just like it on my wall at home.
Hey, are you guys talking about Miss Yoon's autograph photos? I have one in the store too.
Everyone has one.
Well, what do you think? Is this souvenir valuable enough for you?
Welcome to Second Life. Satisfaction guaranteed.
Souvenir with that sentiment is a little worth. The thing really worth remembering is not some autographed picture.
Grilled tiger fish.
Damn. Damn.
Second Life. Satisfaction.
Feel bad. Damn it. How dare you make me feel bad about a choice in a video game?
Miss
Dialogue.
Are you a
Sorry, Miss.
Miss Yoon.
you
Yes.
animated?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
I.
Ah, yeah. We were based in.
oh, I see. Then it's no wonder.
Hey!
Actually,
Make the most of it. You may as well talk to them.
but what about our plans?
Interested to hear your story too.
Really? Okay, sure.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Miss Yoon.
Great! Thank you both kindly. Let's find a quiet place and get this interview underway.
Oh, I see. So that's why you added the silk dance in this scene.
Yes, exactly. Doing it this way not only allows for more physicality in my movement, it also means I can make better use of the stage and transition into the scene more quickly.
Ah, okay. So there was even more to it than I thought. So, wouldn't it make sense to contrast this with the Dongtong Appassionato section that comes directly afterward by making the latter a little more sophisticated?
Topic, and it's flying right over my head.
I think I know which section you're talking about.
Don't get me wrong, I am interested. It's just I am nowhere near qualified or knowledgeable enough to talk opera.
Ah, sorry. What am I saying? This is a fixed formula, isn't it? My suggestion would completely break the format.
No, it's okay. It's an interesting idea for sure. I'll give it some thought. Thanks for the suggestion.
Really? Wow.
This conversation is way beyond me. Same.
Shuryun, maybe it's time to move on to some of the things our readers would like to know about.
Oh, okay. I was also going to ask for your opinion on the set and the costume.
Yes, well, I'm sure Miss Yun has countless pearls of wisdom she could share on her chosen craft. But, not all of our readers are quite so, artistically literate, shall we say. A lot of them really just want to know more about you. You know, what does Yunjin do when she's off stage?
Excuse me? When I'm off stage?
You know, you're a major celebrity, and a lot of our readers are interested to know what life is like for you. What kind of place you live in, what kind of things you eat, clothes you wear, things you buy. That whole side of things. A day in the life.
Besides rehearsing, a day in my life isn't really any more interesting than anyone else's.
Nonsense. Of course it is. Just think how many people were at your show earlier. They come from all over just to show their support. In fact, a relative of mine has a daughter who's been saying she wants to broaden her horizons recently. She's been looking for a chance to give you a jade hairpin as a gift.
Oh. It's against the rules of the opera troupe to accept private gifts from patrons. Could someone out there be accepting gifts for the troupe under false pretenses? I must get Yunning to look into it.
I mean, it wasn't a big deal. Just something she said. Forget I brought it up. So, I saw Gentry Maotsai and the Snezhnayan gentleman come down from upstairs. Are they patrons of your shows, too? So, what are your thoughts on...
I'm sorry. This is my first interview, and my notes are becoming a total mess. I might need a moment to pause and reorganize them a little. Otherwise, I'll never be able to work all this into an article. Mr. Boyi, maybe you should take a look too.
Don't be ridiculous! Stopping an interview halfway through to organize your notes? What are you talking about? Hey, all right. Miss Yun, we'll just be a moment.
All right.
Oh,
You look tired. Are you sure you want to continue?
I'm fine. It's not the first time I've been asked questions like these. The last time it happened, Yunning stopped the interview for me. But the next day, the tabloids were full of articles like "Dramatic Exit, Yunjin storms out of interview," and "Miss La-di-da opera star is too good for our questions." Yeah. So from then on, Yunning said all interview requests have to go through her. I used to think I could hold the troupe together just by putting on a good performance. But now, I have to make sure I concentrate on my actions off stage too.
Saw a lot of the audience on the way over here. Many of them found your performance very moving.
Oh, you mean Fanarya and that crowd? I cherish them as members of my audience too. But there aren't many people like them who can appreciate all the nuance in a single viewing. How did Shuryun end up working with an editor like that guy? Something feels wrong there. Ugh. They could be back at any moment, so I should stay here for now. But could you go look into it for me?
No problem.
If you find out anything, come straight back here and let me know.
How can you be so cruel to Miss Yun?
Shh, keep your voice down. Whatever you got to say, it can wait until we're out of earshot. We'll both be in hot water if Yunjin finds out. What's wrong with you? Why can't you get it into your head? Quit asking dull questions and start thinking about how to win over our readers. Do I make myself clear? I don't think you realize what a golden opportunity you have here. How many journalists would give anything they had to trade places with you right now, huh? ever think about that?
You just don't get it. Miss Yun has put her heart and soul into.
Enough! Stop yelling in public! Or do you want Miss Yun to hear about all the lies you're spreading about her?
Me? You're the one making everything up.
Ah, well, you sure seemed pretty happy chatting to her, so don't act like you ain't a part of this. And don't forget the contract you signed. Come. We'll continue our little chat over there. You need to listen and learn, young lady.
I...
Are you ready to stop whining now? Do you have any idea how rare an opportunity like this is for a small-time paper like ours? Just think of the sales if we can get an exclusive. We'd have enough to cover your salary for 2 lifetimes.
But what about us pretending to be from the Steambird? Aren't you worried she'll find out?
You really think she still would have talked to you if I hadn't told that little white lie? Besides, what have you got to be afraid of? As long as we make it sound like an eyewitness account, how will she be able to refute it? Heck, if she actually presses the issue, I'll probably have to thank her for keeping it current for me.
This is horrible. I will not let you treat Miss Yun like this.
I don't know who she thinks she is anyway. Oh, I sang a couple of shows, so now I'm a national superstar. Give me a break. No one wants to read about your sopranos or your falsettos. We give the readers what they want. That's how this business works.
I'm thinking I could shove this dull blade where the sun don't shine up this man.
Case in point, that blonde guy seemed to be getting along pretty well with Yunjin. There's definitely a story there, even if there isn't.
Ugh, that's enough. I'm reporting you to the Millilith.
Report me? What for? Libel? Identity theft? Good luck with that. I haven't written anything. Where's your proof? You'd better tread carefully, Missy. First, you neglect your own duties, and now you're trying to get in the way of mine? You signed the contract. You know full well the consequences. If you sabotage this interview, I will make sure you lose everything you have. I will ruin you. You understand?
Why? Oh, why did I sign that contract?
No need to check with Yunjin. This ends now.
Who's there? Oh, it's you. What do you want? I'm warning you, don't do anything stupid or
Or you'll what?
I'll spread a lovely little story about you and Yunjin throughout all of Liyue.
Wait a second. I was so focused on Miss Yun earlier that I didn't notice who it was.
Huh? What are you talking about?
He's the Traveler. You know, the one who even the Chi Sing will listen to.
What the... what have I gotten myself into?
Let's go talk to the Millilith, huh?
No need to get all worked up here.
Stop playing dirty.
Yes, quite right. You are quite right. I'm disappearing into thin air as we speak. Just my...
I'm so sorry. I had no idea it was going to turn out like this.
I heard everything. It's not your fault.
But I'm so ashamed. I don't know how I could face Miss Yun next, so please.
This ends now! Punches the dude off the pier. Did you just assault a civilian? Yes. Are you not gonna say it's not your fault or anything?
Time to go.
No, I did it. And I'm quite proud of it. That's right.
I follow the wind.
This way is where she was. Hello.
Did you find anything out?
You want to ask me? I apologize on behalf.
I see. Well, It's not unexpected. It's just a bit of a shame that I didn't get to talk with Shiryun for longer. She genuinely understands opera and has a passion for it. That's not something you can act. If I had the chance to talk with her more in depth, it could well provide me with some fresh inspiration.
I didn't know this is what you had in mind.
Yoonjin, did you agree to another interview without notifying me?
She didn't say anything to give cause for
These
concern.
tabloid types are total scumbags, all of them. Who knows what innocent detail he might end up turning into the next big scandal? Sure, nothing might have come of it today, but who knows where it'll go tomorrow? Short of catching them all in their lair in one fell swoop, who knows when this is going to end?
I'm sorry. I was careless on this occasion.
Well, wallowing isn't gonna solve anything. Come on, go tell everyone in the troupe to be extra cautious during this time. Gee, oh Lord, bless us. Spare us any more offstage drama.
Shame that the road is rocky. It looks like Yoonjin will be busy for a while. Damn. Hey guys.
Are you ready to just think?
But what?
You're as long as we.
This.
No one wants to. Case in point.
That.
Report me. You'd better you sign.
They hid now and check in.
Well, think very carefully about what you're going to do. This is a rare opportunity. Now, I need to think how to phrase these interview questions.
You. Hey, wait!
Did you find anything out?
Well,
I see. I knew there was something fishy about that editor-in-chief. But this is a bigger plot twist than I expected.
should we report it to Lilith?
Not yet. All he's done so far is ask a few questions. There's nothing in print yet. The Millilith wouldn't be able to do anything even if we got them involved. Besides, if we rush to report him now, it's only going to give him more material to write about.
There has to be some evidence at their base of operations.
You're right. But tabloids like theirs never have permanent offices and printing presses. The moment they hear anything, they'll disappear without a trace, and you've got no chance of catching them. I'm actually more concerned about another detail you told me. Would you be willing to do me another favor? I want to send a letter to that journalist.
Sure, leave it to me.
Thank you. The editor should be here soon, so I'll stay here to deal with him. I'll have to rely on you to deliver the letter. If everything goes well, we should be able to get some breathing room for a while.
I've had it with you. Do you think contracts are just bits of paper? If we weren't on a tight deadline, you'd better believe I'd fire you right here on the spot. You will stay here and reflect on your actions if you know what's good for you. Sorry, but I'm not babysitting you anymore today.
Oh, what am... The one who was with Miss Yun earlier.
Yunjin wrote this letter for you.
Really? Miss Yun wrote me a letter? I'll read it right away. Wow. Really? I can't believe this.
What does the letter say?
Miss Yun says that under Liyue law, any penalty charge I have to pay may not substantially exceed the amount of my salary. You can't have a labor contract that would completely bankrupt the employee in the event of a breach. It's not legally binding. So not only can he not get any money off of me, I can take this contract to the Ministry of Civil Affairs and blow the whistle on him. I didn't think about any of this when I was job hunting. I just signed the contract without a second thought. I always thought Miss Yun was all about opera. Who would have thought she was such a legal expert, too?
Quite the solution she came up with.
If only I hadn't gone out of my way to get Miss Yun's attention in the first place, none of this would have happened. I didn't expect it to end up with Miss Yun helping fix my life problems.
Can you provide more evidence?
Well, Mr. Boyi says I'm still on probation, so he won't tell me where their work location is. Plus, I give all my draft articles straight to him, so I don't have anything in the way of evidence.
He's planning on firing you once your probation period ends.
I wouldn't put it past him. But the letter says that my statement and the contract are enough to get the Millilith looking into it. If Miss Yun says so, I'm sure she must be right. Let's go confront him right now.
Time to go. Time to go.
Okay, I think I've covered this topic pretty thoroughly now. Unless you had any more questions.
Well, what can I say, Miss Yun? You have so many wonderful qualities. Let's not quit while the ball's rolling, huh? Otherwise, I'll think of something I didn't ask later, and by then, it'll be too late. So, hey, where's that, friend of yours who was here earlier? You guys seemed, pretty close. Not intentionally avoiding the interview, surely.
I'm right here.
You're finally back. This poor gentleman's been waiting for you.
You're with Shiryun? Hey, what's going on here? Hey, Shiryun, don't forget the contract you signed.
Funny, that contract's just what we came to discuss.
The traveler clued me in. This contract you made me sign? It isn't worth the paper it's written on.
Isn't worth the paper it's written on? Don't be ridiculous. It's all there, clear as day. Don't you think I did my research?
Research? Oh, so you're a news editor. But you also have an interest in law?
Yeah, she's new, and she's making a fool of herself. She doesn't get how this all works. My apologies. Now, back to our interview?
No, it's okay. In fact, I found myself delving into some legal texts recently. It's all so intricate and complicated that it's very difficult to take it all in. The contracts of our opera troupe are a case in point. I'd finally finished reading through the relevant documentation from the Yuehai Pavilion when suddenly the Qixing announced a new interpretation. So I'm just curious. How can you be completely sure that you didn't miss anything when you were researching this?
I'm pretty sure I read everything relevant.
Under current legislation, the penalty terms in my labor contract are unreasonable and exploitative. I could report you to the Millilith for extortion.
Nonsense! That's ridiculous!
My goodness. Sir, it seems that we should probably bring this interview to a close here.
Don't listen to her! I run a legitimate business. Everything we do is above board.
Oh, I have no doubt about that at all, sir. But this reminds me of a case I read about not long ago. Once you get reported and the Millilith starts scrutinizing your business, well, not only do they look into every license you have and every work you've ever published, but everything down to your fire safety policy. So if you don't get back now and start preparing for their arrival, well, I mean, I don't mind continuing the interview at all. But I'd hate to take up too much of your precious time if there's any aspect of your business you want to double-check from a legal standpoint.
You? I won't forget this!
Hey, where do you think you're going? Miss Yun, why did you stop me?
He'll destroy all the evidence once he gets back.
Right, and the contract I have is enough to get him arrested, isn't it?
I'm not a legal expert. I haven't the faintest idea. All that was just an act, aimed at getting him to show us the way.
An act? Show us the way to what? Eugene, the Millilith are after him. Based on his movements, it looks like Boyi is heading back to his headquarters. I really hope they teach these tabloids a lesson they won't forget. It'd sure make my life a lot easier.
I see what's going on.
Yes, I had Yunning report to the Millilith while you were delivering the letter for me. The penalty terms in Shuyun's contract are too severe. Even if they don't violate the law, I'm sure he must be taking advantage of some loopholes. Anyone who works like that is sure to have a guilty conscience. So all I had to do was put on a little show, starring the editor-in-chief of the Steambird. And now, he is sure to lead us to the solid evidence.
I can't believe you even kept us in the dark.
Well, acting has to be authentic to be believable.
Their little publication will go out of business in no time. Good riddance, I say. I hope this gets the other tabloids to rein in their antics too. Hey, here's a thought. Maybe we could get him to rat on some of his rival publications. Ah, I only just realized what this means. I'm going to be out of a job, aren't I?
I'm unemployed now.
Well, would you still be interested in submitting an article to the Steambird? But the real one this time?
Well, yes, of course. But would they really accept an article from me?
Yunning, when can we arrange the next interview for?
Oh, so now you're asking me. 2 days from now, morning. Work for you?
Okay. Shuyun, let's continue our discussion about tonight's play 2 days from now.
Does this mean I get to do a full feature interview with you? Okay. I think I know what I want to write about. Thank you, Miss Yun.
Don't mention it. I'm sure it will be a source of inspiration for both of us.
And few friends you shall find. It is far easier to earn 1,000,000 more than to find someone who knows your heart. Aww. That's really cute. That is really cute. Yunjin story quest, hangout thing, complete. Ningguang time. I am going to actually the bathroom. So, we'll be back. keep this party going and start Ningguang's hangout. At least got the energy for that. Still have energy after that. Then. Oh, here you are, you sexy, sexy lady.
Huh?
He's surprised.
It looks like all our problems are solved. Welcome to the Jade Chamber.
Hello.
Oh, great. I have no idea what we would have done otherwise.
I didn't think we'd really manage to get you here. This was a last-minute situation, and you're the one we trust the most.
What's going on? What did I just accidentally walk into?
To put it simply, we are just looking for the right person to help. We had a very long discussion about it, but to no avail. I have tasked my 3 most trusted secretaries with overseeing an important auction tomorrow. This, however, leaves their regular duties unattended to, and the work cannot afford to go undone. The nature of their day-to-day work is highly sensitive and confidential, so whomever I ask to fill in needs to be someone I can trust, and who doesn't have a conflict of interest.
I don't think I'm up to this task.
There's no need to be quite so modest. Actually, you were the first person I thought of. I place a great deal of trust in you. And besides, we haven't thought of any other suitable candidates.
Couldn't you just have Yalan go? Or... no, probably not Beto. What about King? Ganyu?
To me, this work is highly sensitive and of utmost importance, though I'm sure you'll find it to be mundane at best. It would not surprise me if you can't bear the tedium or can't make the time. And yet, despite this, I thought it could do no harm to ask the question, on the off chance that you are interested. As it happens, I was just having a discussion on backup plans with my secretaries before you arrived.
But the outcome of that discussion was that we couldn't think of a suitable alternative.
I hate being competent.
This is a good reminder that we should always have a contingency plan for everything.
Anyway, this may add to the debt of gratitude I owe you, but the fact is, your arrival here has rescued what was fast becoming a rather dire situation indeed.
If I have what it takes, I'll do it.
I wouldn't worry. It's all work you'll be quite familiar with. Planning trips, gathering pertinent information, that sort of thing. All basic skills required by competent adventurers, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, I'll give it a try.
If you have any questions about your work, I will answer them shortly. The administrative work Lady Ningguang touched upon just now is only one aspect. You'll also be required to cater for Lady Ningguang's basic daily needs, such as clothing and meals, and be on call for any other requests she may have.
That's, wow.
Don't be mistaken. I won't put you in a difficult position, and I will fully respect your judgment.
I thought the, wow part was, I have to coordinate her outfit.
All right. Please proceed to the office. Bai Shi will go over the work with you in more detail.
Yes, Lady Ningguang. Okay, let's go. Before I get into specifics, I want to start by giving you the big picture. As a member of the Liyue Qixing, Lady Ningguang's every move is in the spotlight. Maintaining her perfect image at all times is absolutely essential. My usual job is to be her right hand, to maintain her image and take care of all her worries. For example, arranging her daily schedule, picking out clothes for her, dressing her, applying her perfume.
Are you in a trance, or...?
You misunderstand me. I am simply trying to impress upon you the sheer importance of the work you will be undertaking.
Bai Shi has always been very passionate about her work. I can leave any task in her capable hands, and rest assured that her performance will be nothing short of exemplary. I'm sure she was simply trying to share some of her enthusiasm, in the hopes that you may find it infectious.
Thank you, Lady Ningguang.
back to the topic at hand. Let's get into the details. Bai Xiao and Bai Wen handle tasks that require enormous experience, while I'm mainly responsible for organizing her daily schedule and making sure she is well fed, dressed for any occasion, and that all her needs are met. I can go through the methods I use and give you some pointers based on my experience to ensure that you are fully equipped to perform your duties.
Just basic daily routine stuff. I'll be fine.
All in a day's work for the traveler, Great. Then I'll skip that and just get to the handover of duties. Currently, there are 133 items that have yet to be scheduled, 17 of which are high importance, and
133.
yes, I did try to make a start in advance, but only got as far as roughly prioritizing the tasks before I ran out of time. I'll go through the most important items with you in more detail. If there's anything you don't understand, feel free to stop me with questions at any point. First is the periodic meeting with the representatives of the 8 trades. After that, fielding opinions on revisions to the current tax legislation. Then, a discussion with Lady Kuching on issues relating to time restrictions on land conveyance deals. Following that, there's a Q&A session with all the major commerce guilds. Right after that,
I'm going fish-eyed. Hold up, do I have to really understand? Do I really have to understand Ningguang's work in all this detail just to organize her schedule?
Yes, you do. To the uninitiated, scheduling may sound like a simple process of matching tasks to time slots, but there is actually far more to it than that. You need to take travel time into account, along with a whole spectrum of potential issues that can arise. Ample knowledge of all outside factors that may weigh upon your Plan A is essential to devise a workable contingency plan. I assume this is all making sense. Unless you had any other questions at this point?
Not going to keep going on like this, is she?
Good. Then let's press on. We're tight on time here, and there's a lot to get through. And we still need to leave enough time for you to prepare Lady Ningguang's schedule.
I think I know how to approach it now.
Ready? Wow. You're a fast learner. Very good. This will be much more efficient.
Wonderful. Then I'll be counting on you to provide my schedule for tomorrow.
I'll do my
I'm
best.
grateful for your assistance. Now, I will leave you here in peace to proceed with your work. I still have a few items from today's schedules that need addressing. If anything else is unclear, you can ask Bai Shi.
Take care, Lady Ningguang.
Alright, time to make a serious effort. Eat, wash up, change, get ready to go out, meet businesswoman Pat at Liuli Pavilion, eat lunch, meet 3 informants, exchange information, go to Yuhei Pavilion for a conference, light meal, negotiating matters from the conference, return to the J Chamber. Specific times for the 3 items are flexible and progress dependent. Conference and item 4 is scheduled for the evening. Arriving early is recommended.
Good. You factored in both priority and efficiency, and produced a rigorous and well-structured schedule. You've clearly considered it from every angle. Excellent work. You've got quite a knack for this.
My brain is fried now.
Please be here at the Jade Chamber tomorrow morning before Lady Ningguang wakes up and start preparing based on the schedule. With you helping out here, we will be able to focus fully on the auction. It will be quite a complicated affair.
Everything goes well tomorrow.
I hope so too. You must be exhausted. Make sure you get an early night tonight.
Yep. Kind of.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade. It is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
Yes, I'm already awake. I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing.
Darn, here I
Good
was
morning.
hoping I'd have to help
Did
you
you
change.
sleep well?
Little nervous.
There's nothing to worry about. We just need to go through the schedule you made and tick the items off one by one. Now then, the schedule. Let's see what you have for me today. Item 1. Lunch at Leoli Pavilion with Miss Ah, yes. I remember the invitation. I need to make sure I'm well prepared for this.
Be a friend of yours?
No, someone I've never met before. Today's lunch will be our first time meeting each other.
Just lunch. What do you need to prepare?
She's paying a high price for my time, and I intend to make sure she gets her money's worth.
Darn, Yingguang, I was really hoping you would have resigned myself to helping you.
Otherwise, tens of millions of Mora is rather a high price for a lunch, even one at Leoli Pavilion. Wouldn't you say?
Tens of millions?
That's right. Even at this price, there is no shortage of people willing to pay for a lunch opportunity with me. To be clear, I've never had any hand in setting the price. I too was rather surprised to see it become so expensive. Time is very valuable to me, so when I first came up with the idea, I made a rule that my time would go to the highest bidder. Gradually, it developed into a lucrative business.
Like an investment.
Yes, that sums it up very well. Most people looking to buy my time are business people who believe that whatever they spend now, they will make back several times over in due course. Naturally, for anyone looking to make a profit in a complex market, the bottom line is having the requisite experience and expertise. All I can do for them is share whatever insight I may have. As for how much my insight is worth in terms of Mora, everyone has their own idea. There is no standardized way to measure something like this.
So this is how rich people think.
You're a very lucky person, you know. You get to sit in on this lunch for free. In the hands of a professional business person, the kind of information you'll be exposed to would be worth, well, tens of millions of Mora.
And this could literally be the most valuable lesson I'll learn in my life.
There's no need to be nervous, of course. Now, let's have some breakfast before we leave.
Time to go.
Did you organize this entire breakfast?
I just picked the time slot.
I know what's going on then. Please, sit. Have a taste of the Jade Chambers chef's cooking. This kind of food tastes far less satisfying if left out for too long.
Thank you.
What do you think? Is the food to your liking?
I ate so much more than I intended to.
Don't forget we have a lunch later. Save some space, or you might miss out on some even better food. Still, I'm happy to see that you approve of my culinary tastes.
Do you usually eat breakfast with your secretaries?
On occasion. Usually everyone is too busy for a leisurely sit-down meal. There is an awful lot to get done most of the time. Breakfast also isn't usually so lavish, hence my surprise when we got here. I actually thought you had cooked it all yourself.
I don't know if my cooking is really to your taste.
Relax, I'm just joking. But I sure probably made arrangements yesterday to add a few extra dishes to the breakfast menu. You willingly took this work on, knowing that it would be tedious, and you have worked diligently. My secretaries and I are very grateful to you. Treating you to some food is but a small token of our appreciation.
It was as good as that place at Lulu Pavilion.
Breakfast sets the tone for the rest of the day. You can't compromise on it.
I don't really eat breakfast much. I mean, there's some days I'll eat breakfast, but that's also if I just wake up really hungry. Just sometimes there'll be like weeks, months. I think there's a period of a couple of years where I just didn't eat breakfast. I ate like 2 meals a day. Sometimes 1 meal a day.
If you wake up to the same monotonous meal each day, you will start to feel fatigued even before you start working. Well, I'm done eating. We should get ready, then head off to Leoli Pavilion. I have some preparations to make first. Could you bring my clothes to my room, please?
You need to change clothes?
I need a change of mood, and a change of clothes will facilitate that. Who knows? Perhaps you will have a completely different impression of me after I change outfits.
Pretty sure my impression will still be you're a very, very, very attractive woman.
I already instructed Longyang to have my outfit ready. You can fetch it from her.
Understood.
Thank you. I'll be in my room.
Hello, how may I help?
Here to fetch a change of clothes for Ningguang.
Ah, yes, of course. Please wait a moment. I'll go and get them. Here you are. Please give this to Lady Ningguang.
That seemed to take you a while.
Yes, this whole room is full of Lady Ningguang's personal items. Not just clothes either. There are all kinds of jewelry and ornaments. Lady Ningguang asked us to rearrange this room recently. We're currently right in the middle of that, so everything's in a bit of a mess. That's why it took me a little time to find this for you.
Like Ningguang has a huge personal collection.
Anyway, you can take it now. Thanks for...
A lot of female workers.
Did you get it? Ah, this is the one. Please, wait for a moment. I had this specially tailored recently, and I must say, I'm really rather fond of it.
I'm sorry, what? Yes, you look beautiful, huh?
What do you think? Be honest. I just want to know your first impression.
It's stunning.
Phew. Thank you. I was actually a little nervous. Knowing that it has your seal of approval makes me feel much more self-confident.
Really, you look great in anything.
Oh, then it's mere flattery. You pick your moments to wisecrack, don't you? Now I don't know whether to take what you said earlier seriously. I never knew you had such a mischievous side. All right, let's head to Liali Pavilion.
I... can't ever fully read you, but like... damn, you're fucking hot.
Time to go.
Lady Ningguang.
Sorry to have kept you waiting.
No, no, not at all. I know that you have 1,000 different things to do each day. I'm very grateful for any amount of time you can spare for me.
Hi, I'm 1,000.
Great. Well, let's leave the formalities aside from now on and make this just a friendly chat. This is the Traveler. I'm assuming you've heard of him. He happened to be in Liyue Harbor today, so I invited him to come along. It's a rare opportunity to dine with him, too. Do you mind if he sits with us?
No, not at all. On the contrary, I'm honored. What a surprise to be dining with the illustrious Traveler, too.
Huh, I thought she'd introduce me as her temporary secretary.
I've always been fascinated by you and your adventures. There's so many questions I'd love to ask you. Oh, I'm sorry. Where are my manners? I forgot to introduce myself. Look at me, getting all overexcited. I'm Luo Qiao, a businesswoman. I work mostly in the textile business, but recently I've been considering branching out into some other markets. That's what I wanted to ask Lady Ningguang for some advice about. I didn't know there'd be a surprise guest involved, too. So, the rumors are true, then.
Rumors? About what, exactly?
You know, the rumors about the two of you. Lady Ningguang and
Gonna
the
probably
Traveler
turn it down,
having
but...
closer than average relationship.
Fucking love this.
You haven't heard?
Are those rumors widespread?
Come on. You must know that Lady Ningguang's every move is in the spotlight. That obviously includes her relationships. And if you didn't have some sort of special relationship, why would she invite you to this lunch right after finding out that you were back in Liyue Harbor?
I need to be very careful how I answer this.
Interesting. Yes, we do have a special relationship, but I don't see anything unusual about it. The Traveler is a national hero in Liyue whose actions have directly contributed toward the prosperity we enjoy today. Even putting aside my official status as one of the Liyue Qixing, I admire him on a personal level too.
Oh, yes. Oh, there is nothing unusual about it at all. I was just observing that Lady Ningguang now seems to have a second interesting character in her innermost circle. The first one being the captain.
You're comparing apples and sunsettias there. Whenever Beidou returns to Liyue Harbor, all she brings me is a headache. I've missed out on a number of extremely promising investment opportunities thanks to her. In fact, the timing is always so suspiciously coincidental. I can't help but wonder if she's doing it on purpose.
Investment opportunities? Oh, do you mean the luminescent spine business? I hear that's been all the rage recently.
No, something else. All the talk about luminescent spines is just empty hype.
Oh, but isn't there some new technology from Fontaine that needs lots of luminescent spines to make it work?
If it were really that profitable, those in the know would have kept it as quiet as possible. You have to wonder, if the news is spreading like wildfire, who's fanning the flames?
Right?
I had my secretary do some analysis. The current price of luminescent spines far exceeds the profits that could be made on the end product. So I would advise you to be cautious.
I see. Well, I was planning to get your opinion on how to get started in that business.
In my opinion, there are many people around with ulterior motives, making this a very risky business to enter into in the short term. Long term, it's very difficult to say, but I believe there's too much uncertainty to make it worth your investment. You worked hard to earn every mora you own, and you should be just as careful spending it as you were making it.
Hit the nail on the head.
You think so too, huh?
Please do your research before you part with any more.
Okay, got it. If that's what both of you think, I'll take my time and not rush into anything. Maybe it'd be a better choice to invest this money into an industry that I'm genuinely interested in getting involved with. Lady Ningguang, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me today. I didn't know how much we'd get through, but you've answered every question I wanted to ask.
Good. I'm glad I could be of some help.
Now I see why you were able to become the most successful business person in Liyue Harbor. You think clearly, you are very knowledgeable, and you keep yourself well informed. It would take me a very long time to come anywhere close to your level.
Why so many people want to pay to spend time with Ningguang?
You've been listening for a while. Are you getting bored?
No, I find it all very interesting.
Has it sparked an interest in the business world for you?
I'm a novice, but I was able to follow up because you explained everything so clearly.
That means you also have a good head on your shoulders, and the ability to learn rapidly. If you are in need of mora, you should absolutely consider doing business.
I won't take up any more of your time. Thank you. This lunch was everything I was hoping for and more. I can't wait to try out everything I've learned.
See you next time. I'll look forward to hearing good news from you soon. Right then. Lunch is over. I assume you have something planned next? Although, I'm a little concerned about the auction. I wonder how my secretarial trio is getting along.
Well, we have time to go and check up on them if you want.
Good. Then let's do that. There are some slippery characters among the bidders, you see. So, even though my secretaries are very capable and experienced, I still can't help worrying for them a little. Come on. The auction is being held at Yujing Terrace.
3 branches I know of now. Imagine teleporting her up here, grabbing her, and just yeeting ourselves off the side of the mountain to go land. That outfit on her, that dress and everything is just 10 out of fucking 10, guys. So glad I got it. So,
Lady Ningguang, what brings you here? I couldn't help but feel a little concerned. So I just came to see how everything is going.
We're about ready, and people are starting to arrive. I think we should be able to start on time.
Very good. I think I'll host the auction myself.
Huh? You want to do it yourself?
Yes. Just in case anything untoward happens. I can take care of it myself.
Then we'll leave the auction itself to you. But we'll be sure to lend our full support behind the scenes.
Have you attended an auction before?
my net worth isn't quite in that category.
Well, would you like to participate this time? You don't have to bid, of course.
Sure.
Just experience the atmosphere.
Sure, that sounds quite fun.
All right then. Feel free to take a look around the venue before it kicks off. Check out the items up for bidding and see if there's anything you might be interested in.
She is literally the ultimate, like, sugar mommy. Be like, could I have that? Tosses fucking millions of Mora. Hairpin. Fairly well made hairpin, but there's nothing exceptional about it. Fine to buy in a shop, but can this really fetch a good price at an auction? Serve writing tools. Generic office implements. I guess they could brighten the place up a little. Still, it'd be cheaper to get one from Volai. We're in poor mentality. Observe vase. A plain looking vase with clear signs of wear and tear. Can't see any reason to bid on something like this. I really am in poor mentality. Holy shit. 18 to 20. 18 to 18. That's funny. You could get this from that shady guy under the dock for way cheaper.
It's about time to start. Find yourself somewhere to sit and we'll kick things off.
Before we start, I have a question.
Yes? What is it?
Are these auction items genuinely very valuable?
That's for you to make a considered judgment on. It's precisely what makes auctions so interesting. Don't you? Until the bids exceed the value of the item you're after, you can keep raising the price. If the bids go beyond what you can accept, then you let someone else take it. Perhaps this does not result in what you might call a fair price, but what it does do is identify the person who values the item the most.
Okay, let's see how this goes.
Yes, you should look forward to it.
I am sorry, I would love to meet your eyes, but that outfit...
The first lot is a teacup from my personal collection. Bids starting at 10,000 Mora. That's 10,000 Mora for the teacup.
Never pay 10,000 Mora for something like this, normally.
20,000.
30,000.
50,000.
60,000.
80,000. 80,000 over here.
I'll raise
Did
that
I
to
surprise her by
100,000.
bidding?
120.
130.
I swear, some of these bidders are just driving the price up for fun. All right, 150,000. Anyone else want to keep going now?
150 once?
170?
180,000.
180 once? 180 twice? 180. Sold.
It's mine now.
Can't believe it went for 180,000.
Okay, then. Moving straight on to the next lot.
The unexceptional items were sold for high
You
prices.
seem to be getting quite into it. What a shame that you didn't manage to go home with anything.
Did I have your toothbrush? Something fell off.
Of course it did. That's because I didn't come here to sell my things. I'm sure you must find it quite odd that all these everyday items could fetch such a huge price at auction. Since you're curious, why not go and talk to the buyers? I'm sure they'll give you the answers you're looking for.
Today wasn't my day. Didn't manage to snag much. There were too many bidders, and they all seemed like experts to me. I guess I'll just have to wait for the next auction. Someday, I'll be the lucky one.
Sitting with like 9.8 million more in my bag, so 200,000 would have been nothing to bid.
I may have paid an arm and a leg for this, but in the end, I got the result I wanted.
Aren't you worried about the price being overinflated?
Nothing of Ningguang's could ever be overinflated. I'm far from the only buyer who believes that owned by Ningguang is worth paying a premium for. So how much I make just depends on how many people are even bigger fans of Ningguang than I am.
Huh? You want to know why I paid so much? Well, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? Because the previous owner was Lady Ningguang. Sure, the item may look pretty ordinary, but that's probably just because I'm not a connoisseur, so I don't know how to appreciate it. But I figured I'd buy it first, then go get it appraised by an expert. Then I'll be rich.
I admire the confidence, or the optimism, you mean.
Well, did you find the answer yet?
Because everyone has faith in your judgment and aesthetics.
That's certainly part of it. But every bidder will have noticed that none of these items have a particularly high going rate on the market in and of themselves. Despite this, they were all willing to pay very dearly for them.
Not, then what else could it be?
You'll see shortly. The one who spent the most money will surely be the quickest to realize. If all I wanted to do was make some quick mora by exploiting their blind faith in me, I have a million more effective ways of achieving that than hosting an auction. Every participant in this auction was handpicked by me, based on certain intelligence.
You told me to join in. Does that say anything about me?
Lady Ningguang, something doesn't seem quite right with the items from today's auction. As unlikely as this sounds, and please forgive me for even bringing it up, but I had to ask. You weren't selling counterfeits today, were you?
Counterfeits? Absolutely not. What motive would anyone have for making copies of things like these? They are simply ordinary items, and there was no coercion or enticement during the auction. Every bid was voluntary.
Because we trusted you! Everyone knows that you love Mora, but we also know that you made your fortune through honest means, as opposed to scamming people.
You seem to have entered into dangerous linguistic territory there. You should know that unless you have evidence to support your outlandish claims, I am legally entitled to sue you for slander. Of course, if you have any genuine grievances about the auction, the lots, or the process, please enlighten me as to where exactly I went wrong.
You... Fine. Yes, technically it was all legitimate. Guess all I can do is take the loss. But if word gets out about today's auction, people are gonna start seeing you as a con artist. No one would dare do business with you after that. I guess what I'm saying is this really in your best interests?
Let me answer that with a question. You claim that you were willing to pay a high price because you trusted me. But is that really the full story?
What do you mean? What else could it be?
Oh, I don't know. Perhaps it could be something to do with a lost item from the original Jade Chamber collection that has quietly made its way into your hands. When the Jade Chamber fell, countless valuable items from my collection plunged into the sea. I organized a salvage operation, but still there were many items unaccounted for. A considerable number of these made their way back into Liyue Harbor through means unbeknownst to me, and passed through several pairs of hands before finally ending up in yours, and those of your fellow bidders today.
Wait, you mean...
Yes. Everyone attending the auction today is in possession of lost property belonging to me. Or, to put it another way, they were all people who have had a taste of something that was mine and convinced themselves that I am someone to be taken advantage of.
Wonder they had such blind faith.
So I ask you again, your high bidding price, was it motivated by trust, or was it greed? The sole reason I held this auction is to reclaim my treasured possessions. If you are willing to return what is mine, I will refund all the money you spent in the auction today.
All right, fine. I guess I'll return it. You drive a hard bargain like everyone says. I'll go and get it right now. Please just wait here.
Despite his bad attitude, he cooperated in the end. Good for him.
All makes sense now.
The issue was that all items of mine that have been fished out of the sea have changed hands numerous times already. Determining who has legal ownership would be an extremely long-winded process, with each item being assessed on a case-by-case basis. Even Yenfei says she'd have a difficult time defending my claims. I could have bought them back, but it's not in my nature to pay twice for the same thing. Least of all, when they'd be looking to make a handsome profit from my misfortune.
That makes sense.
After making some inquiries, I found them to be most uncooperative. So I had to resort to this auction to finally put a stop to all this nonsense.
I hope I never end up on the wrong side of you.
I just wanted my things back. Hardly an unusual sentiment.
You're incredibly attractive. You are powerful, rich. Your voice is amazing. But dear Lord, I pity those who are your enemy because you are so intelligent, it's scary.
At most, a little childish perhaps. Which is another reason why I didn't tell anybody about my plan. What do you think it was about the Jade Chamber that defeated Osile?
Explosion?
Well, I think it was a combination of the weight and the energy it contains. Its great weight meant that it hit Osile with incredible force, while the energy within triggered that spectacular explosion. Every piece of the Jade Chamber, from the stone walls and wooden beams down to the smallest ornament, contributed to its total weight. But in the end, they became objects of merchants' greed. It's hard not to get a little irked thinking about it.
That's not so childish.
Thank you for understanding. Now I've got one of my items back. Let me show you what makes it so special. The secrets of history shine through in the relics that survive. And this one now has the story of another age to tell.
The weight of a collection. None of the items that were offered up during the decisive battle shall be lost, no matter how small. Oh, so cute. Fuck, it's so cute. Hold on. It's here that I need. I'm going to... Nope, it's one back then. I really want to play that outfit scene again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I just need to try the other line of dialogue. It'll probably end up resulting in the same dialogue and everything, but fuck, I need this. There, when you could teleport me, like, oh well.
Time to go.
Yes, I'm already awake. I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing.
Anybody else want to see like a
Did you sleep
nightwear
well?
Ningguang?
Oh, how strange. Me too. I'm joking, of course. I slept like a baby. Sorry to disappoint you. Now then, the schedule. Item 1. Ah, yes. I remember the invitation. No, someone I've never met.
Dialogue.
Otherwise, Tins. That's right. To be clear, time is very gradually it developed into a loop. Yes, that's naturally for an. As for how much my insight is, you are very lucky in the hands of a professional business person.
I will listen and
There's
learn.
no need to be nervous, of course.
Time to go.
Did you organize this entire breakfast?
I think maybe by she arranged it.
Please sit. What do you think? Still, I'm happy to see on occasion. Breakfast also isn't usually so lavish, hence my surprise when we got here. I actually thought you had cooked it all yourself.
I mean, I'm not a terrible chef, but still.
Relax, I'm just joking. Baishar probably made arrangements yesterday. You willingly took this work on, knowing that it would be tedious, and you have work. Treating you to some food is but a small token of
Not bad, not bad at all.
Breakfast sets the tone for the rest. If you wake up to the Well, I have some preparations to make for. I need a change of. Who knows? I already instructed Longyang. Thank you.
Hello, how may I help? Ah, yes, of course.
Dialogue, but we're almost there, lads.
Here you are. Please give the. Yes, the Lady Ningguang asked us to rearrange this room. Anyway.
Time to go.
Did you get it? This is.
God, it's such a fucking hot outfit. It helps that she is incredibly attractive. Why is she not a 5-star?
I had this specially tailored recently, and I must say, what do you think? Be honest. Phew. Knowing that it has your seal of approval.
Confident.
If you're second guessing how you look, you can forget about looking glamorous. Even the finest garments in the world would look out of place on you. That's why your affirmation matters so much to me. All right, let's.
Can I rewind the conversation and try the other two paths without having to play? Alright, time to start the banquet.
Lady Ning. Sorry to have kept.
No.
Great. This is the travel. He happened to be in. Do you
Same
mind?
dialogue.
Not at all. I've always been. Oh, I'm Luo Qiao. That's what I wanted to.
Rumors?
You know. You haven't
Nope.
heard? Come on. You must know that Lady Ning. And if you didn't have some sort of.
Actually.
Interesting. The traveler is even putting a. Oh, you're comparing. I've missed out on an investment.
Same
No.
dialogue.
Oh, but if it were really, I had my secret, so I would advise.
I see.
In my opinion, long term.
You think so too? Huh? Okay. Maybe it'd be a. Lady Ningguang.
Good.
Now I see what you think clearly.
You've been listening for a while. Has it sparked an interest in
Maybe
the
I'll give it a
business
shot in the
world?
future.
So you want to be my competitor? Well then.
I don't ever think I could
suppose I'll
outsmart
have to
you,
start
Ningguang.
looking over my shoulder.
You were way too many leaps and bounds ahead of me. I'm gonna have to look over my shoulder so many times.
Or how about this? I'll invest in you early on, before you make it big.
I won't take up any more of your time.
See you next time. I'll look forward to hearing good news from you soon.
You guys ever think camera angles are weird? I think they're just right.
Right then. I'm a little concerned.
Alright. Don't worry about them, they're very capable.
Yes, you're right. Whatever happens, they can handle it. In that case, what's next on the schedule?
Meeting with the informants.
Okay then. Yes, it's been some time since I last caught up with them. Let's go to Mingxing Jewelry first. I need to pick up something before meeting them.
Time to go.
Hello. I'm here to collect the item I handed in for repair.
Ah, Lady Ningguang. One moment, please. I'll fetch it immediately.
Very good. Don't rush now. Please, handle it with care.
Is it something very valuable?
Yes and no. You probably imagine that Mingxing Jewelry deals exclusively in expensive luxury goods.
Actually, not exclusively.
The workers here are very skilled, so I like to come to them when I need something custom made. This time, though, I just had them do a simple repair. The item is quite ordinary. In fact, the cost of the repair was more than the item was ever worth.
Lady Ningguang, your comb has been fixed. Please inspect it and see whether you're satisfied with our work. We did everything we could to restore it to its original condition. You'll still see a few marks on there, though. This was unavoidable because of how badly damaged the item was.
That's fine. Thank you for your hard work.
I could listen to Ningguang talk for hours.
Yes.
You were right about it
there
being
is
so
something very precious
ordinary.
to one of my informants. It reminds her of her mother. My informants often provide me with extremely important information. It's only fair that I endeavor to meet any requests they have in return. Trust is of far greater importance than profit in the relationship between me and my informants.
I thought useful intel could only be bought with Mora.
It's understandable to think that way, and in the vast majority of cases, you'd be completely right. But things are a little different with these particular informants. Mora doesn't get you very far with this crowd, and this only makes me all the more excited to meet with them.
I hope one day I can make you this excited to meet with me.
Thank you for the repair, Xingqi. This is a
Xingqi.
great help.
Oh, don't mention it. It's always a pleasure, Lady Ningguang.
Let's go and meet them.
Whoops. A little bit of premature wind activation. Happens to the best of all guys. Her informants are kids. That's amazing. Oh my god, that's amazing, guys.
Ningguang!
Oh my god. Call her auntie?
Hi, Auntie Ningguang!
Hello, my dears. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
This is really adorable. Oh my god. Informants are children?
Yes, indeed. And they are some of my most reliable helpers and friends. I didn't want to involve them in intelligence gathering for me at first, but they, on the other hand, were so enthusiastic about the idea that I thought it couldn't hurt to try. I treated it as a little game between us. It turned out that they delivered the goods and thoroughly enjoyed themselves while they were at it. So, it was a win-win. So, fill me in. How have you all been doing?
Great! Mom and Dad have taken me on loads of cool trips recently. It's been loads of fun. But you didn't do your homework, did you? Yeah, but it's not my fault. You still gotta try. Like teacher says, Liyue Harbor is in a new age now, and we've got a really important part to play.
This new age started after that great battle, you know.
I didn't know it would have such a profound impact.
Well, this is a dramatic change. Unique in all of the millennia of Liyue's history. Everyone is eager to do their part and make their mark in the age of humanity. What about you, Nan Nan? You haven't said anything yet, and you're looking a little unhappy.
I'm fine. Just don't know what to say.
Oh yeah, I just remembered. A load of really big boats came into the harbor the day before yesterday. Yeah, that's right. All the merchants were there, and it was really noisy. And then the people on the boat started unloading all these crates. There was a salty kind of fishy smell in the air. Ugh.
Oh, I see. That'll be the fishing boats coming back from the open ocean. How much cargo were they carrying? Remember, I taught you how you can tell.
Yep, I made sure to look at the waterline, just like you said. They looked really full this time.
My goodness. Well, it sounds like they made quite a big catch.
How can you tell?
The heavier the boat, the lower the hull sits in the water. So you can tell how heavily loaded a vessel is from the height of the waterline.
That's clever.
How deep a fully loaded vessel will sit in the water varies from ship to ship. But it's something you can tell from experience, at least for the kinds of vessels you see regularly.
That makes sense, actually. A lot of sense.
Auntie Ningguang taught me how to do it. I can tell with just one look.
Very clever.
A few days ago, I heard some people saying that a big merchant from Fontaine is coming soon to buy luminescent spines. They said that when they get here, the price will go up a lot.
Oh, really?
That's the opposite of what a Ningguang's analysis found
Who
out.
did you hear this from? Do you remember what they looked like?
No, I don't remember.
All right, never mind. So, how about what they said? Do you remember their exact words?
I don't remember that either. Sorry.
Are you okay? You're usually the one that talks the most. What's gotten into you today?
It's okay. Don't be upset. Actually, I brought you a little something to cheer you up. How about that,
It's my comb. You remembered.
Of course I did. If I make you a promise, I will always keep it.
Thank you, Auntie Ningguang. Thank you so much.
It was just a small favor, really. Nothing to get overexcited about.
But they said you'd be too busy to remember about a boring old comb.
They?
Uh-oh.
Wonder if she was fumbling her words.
It's all right. Don't worry. There just seems to be some kind of misunderstanding here. Why don't you take this opportunity to clear it up? Don't you think that'd be best?
Yeah, Auntie Ningguang's not gonna blame you.
Off with her head.
I'm sorry. I told you a lie. That thing about the luminescent spines wasn't something I heard. Two people came and told me to say it to you. I told them I didn't want to lie to Auntie Ningguang, but, they told me you'd forgotten all about the comb, and I didn't know how to argue with them. Then they bought me a new comb, and I'm sorry. I'll give them the comb back right away. No comb is better than the one you helped get fixed for.
I know how much it means to you. It was a gift from your mom before she left Liyue Harbor, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I'll be extra careful with it from now on. When Mom gets back, she'll be so sad if she finds out I broke it.
I must say, this is most intriguing.
Someone's trying to scam you.
How about this? You tell me where those two people are, and I'll take the comb back to them for you. Sound good?
Okay. They're over at the docks. They said I should go and meet them when I finished the mission.
All right then. Don't worry, it'll all be fine. I'll be right back.
Are you gonna go punish the bad guys?
Now, this is a grown-up situation, okay? It's not fun and games anymore. And don't try and follow me. I'm just going to have a polite discussion with those two grown-ups about what they're allowed to do and what they're not allowed to do.
She's on the warpath, lads.
Time to go.
I think it'd probably be easier to deal with a Harbinger in his delusion form than an angry Ningguang.
Don't you think that kid's gonna fluff her lines? Also, let's be honest, this is a new low for us.
Yes, I know. But we didn't have any other options. Just try not to overthink it, okay? Nanan's one of Ningguang's most trusted informants. Ningguang adores that kid. She's not gonna get all suspicious just because her story doesn't quite add up.
That's where you're wrong, bucko. You're gonna die. Painfully.
It sounds like you underestimated me. And the children as well.
Lady Ningguang?
You knew how important that comb was to Nan Nan, and you exploited that fact to emotionally manipulate her. You coached a child to lie, made her betray her own innocence and confuse her conscience. Do you not realize how contemptible that is?
Sorry, Lady Ningguang. We never.
I don't think an
should have
apology is
crossed
gonna do it.
That's not the point. Business is business. And at some point, we're all trying to get the better of one another. So if all you done is fool me by feeding me false information, I'd make a loss, and that would be the end of it. But you cannot put Mora above all else. You cannot go exploiting children for profit. Do you have any idea just how much damage that will cause?
It was hardly our first choice either. We were only acting out of necessity.
Holy shit, Ningguang's voice actor. Damn, I can feel the anger. Props to her. Also, I love the travelers just basically kind of staying back, staying quiet. Just see, I'm here, but I'm not here kind of thing.
We've been business partners for years now. We've gotten by, I guess, but never had any opportunities to expand. When we heard about the movement in the luminescent spine market, we thought to heck with it. Let's go all in on this one. See if we don't get lucky for once. So we stocked up a huge stash of luminescent spines and watched as the price went up and up. We thought this was gonna be it. We were gonna make our fortune.
But we waited and waited, and this mystery merchant from Fontaine never came. More and more people started to suspect it was all a huge scam. Suddenly, everyone with luminescent spines was running for the exit, selling as fast as they could, but we had so much inventory that no one was willing to buy it.
That's when he thought of Ningguang.
Oh yeah! As soon as Lady Ningguang makes a move, everyone follows her lead, and the price takes a steep hike. If we don't sell the goods, we're both bankrupt. We're in debt up to our eyeballs. We just didn't have any other choices.
To be brutally honest, we took out a loan and made a speculative investment is not a sob story.
Support your conclusion about the luminescent spine hype.
But not everyone has the capability to make rational decisions. Greed, a lust for wealth, and impatience can all cloud your judgment. Do you now realize how dire the consequences of wild speculation can be?
100%. We've both barely slept in days. We begged people to take our stock off our hands. They laughed at us, called us idiots, thought it was all hilarious.
We messed up. Completely and catastrophically messed up. The savings we worked so hard our whole lives to build up, decimated, just like that. All we want now is a chance to start over.
Well, I can take your luminescent spines off your hands, but we will need a detailed The portion of what I pay that exceeds the average price of luminescent spines in the past, you will have to pay back to me by some means in our future business dealings.
Huh? But that means our profit is zero.
Then you're free to find another willing buyer. But if you're seriously still insisting on turning a profit under these circumstances, I'm afraid you're beyond redemption.
Lady Ningguang is right. Let's swap the goods for cash and use it to pay off our debts and be done with it. This is a lifeline and we should be grateful for it. Forget about making money.
Yes, you're right.
I have no particular need for luminescent spines, but I'm quite sure I can uncover a market for it with a little research.
Okay, so, shall we get this deal done now, or?
No need to hurry. Our deal is hardly the urgent matter here. Atoning for your transgressions is the main order of business. You took advantage of a child, and you are coming with me to make a full and unreserved apology. This is an opportunity for you to show remorse.
Oh, okay.
Come on. Let's go back and see the children.
Half expecting her to just start dragging him by the ear.
Time to go.
We're back. Everything's all
Oh!
I'm sorry, Nan Nan. I was lying to you when I told you that Lady Ningguang wouldn't fix your comb. I was completely in the wrong, and I promise I'll never do anything like this again. Can you find it in your heart to forgive me?
What do you think, Auntie Ningguang?
I think it should be your choice, and yours alone.
No matter what your decision is, we support you.
Well, since it's all sorted out now and nothing super bad happened, I guess it's okay. But we can't just let them off. We gotta show them you don't mess with us.
That's true. I'd certainly hate to see anyone else try to con you.
I've made up my mind. I want them to come play with us.
What?
Yeah! Now we have someone to play hide and seek with. Great idea. Let's go play hide and seek at the North Wharf.
Wait a second.
Nope. No waiting. Come on!
So full of energy.
We should go with them.
Yes, of course. I wouldn't feel comfortable leaving them alone with those two buffoons.
I love that the tracker basically makes me go on stairs, so it goes out of its way sometimes.
I follow the wind. Time to go.
Let me guess what you're thinking. You're thinking that there's not a huge difference between me turning these children into my informants and the actions of those two businessmen.
It's not as bad.
Am I right? They were completely different when I first met them. They'd run away as soon as they saw me, or they'd be shaking with nerves and unable to speak.
You are Lady Ningguang after all.
But gradually, they stopped seeing me as someone to be afraid of, and started seeing me as someone they can trust. For my part, I did my utmost to fulfill the duties of a responsible adult. I played games with them, but I also taught them observation skills, analytical skills, how to think critically. I never taught business, though. Now, they're much further ahead in their studies, and far more mature than their peers. This has given them confidence in themselves. I think that this is beneficial to them.
You're a lot like a teacher to them.
Yes. Perhaps I am. I never had the chance to receive a good education as a child. That's why I hope to teach these children myself. Hopefully, I can pass on some of what I've learned.
You're going to have great children one day.
Someday they may realize that not everything is a win-win deal, that deception and one-upmanship are facts of life. But there's nothing wrong with that. When that happens, they will be ready to face the world head-on and become exceptional businessmen and women. But until then, I am here to protect them.
Are you raising them to be your heirs?
I will one day die. New Qixing will replace the old. And Liyue will continue to prosper. I hope the name Ningguang will live on. But not as a person, as more of a symbol. If I can pass on everything I have learned, I can create a legacy that will live on long after I am gone.
Come on, Auntie Ningguang! Hurry up!
We're not gonna wait forever!
Coming! Come on, let's enjoy this while we can.
Shit, this is gonna make me cry. While the view remains good, time flies and the good years slip away easily, but the name Ningguang will remain a symbol for generations to come. That is fucking cute, okay? Fucking hell. Super adorable. Alright, let's get the other 3 routes done, and then I'll see if I have enough energy for Shinobu. If not, then I'll probably do a stream tomorrow.
Before I get into as a member of the my usual job, for example,
Your eyes are really sparkling right now.
Baisha has always. I'm sure she was
Back to the topic. By Xiao and by I can go through the methods I use and all in a day's work for currently there are 130. Yes, I'll go through the most first. Then a discussion right after that. There's yes, you do. You need to take ample knowledge of all. I assume this is all making sense. Unless you had any other questions at this point?
Actually, I didn't understand any of it.
Good. Then let's press on. We're tight on
no
time
need.
already? Wow.
Wonderful. Then I'm grateful for you. If anything else is.
Take care, Lady Ning.
Alright, time to avoid anything too complicated.
Don't you think that this schedule is a bit of a light load?
Ningguang hasn't taken a vacation in a long time, I'll bet.
Yeah, that's true. Lady Ningguang has a lot of work to attend to, and frankly, she doesn't have many opportunities.
One day off.
We do sometimes worry about her health, but her attitude is very Mora-driven. If by taking a break there's a chance she'll lose Mora, she'll never agree to it.
No amount of Mora is worth ruining your health for.
Huh. I see where you're coming from. Yes, you have a point. All right then, let's go with your plan. I'm sure Lady Ningguang has plenty she wants to talk about with you.
Worst case scenario, I'll just kidnap her, throw her into my teapot for a day.
There's a lot of things that need doing over at the auction venue, so I will be leaving you now.
I hope everything goes well.
I hope so too. You must be exhausted.
You're getting a day off whether you like it or not. Time off! Oh, that's funny. I hired you to get work done, not to make me take a vacation. How dare you make me care about my own health? You know, it's a blessing not hearing Paimon's voice some days.
Time to go.
Yes, I'm already awake. I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing. Good morning. Did you sleep well?
Same as usual.
That's good. I was worried you'd be a little uncomfortable. So, what's item 1 on today's schedule?
Here, take a look for yourself.
I imagine this must have taken Baisha completely by surprise.
Yep, but she said she'd leave it to me.
Sure. There's no harm in changing my schedule around once in a while. My schedule is usually very tightly packed, and any extra time I can squeeze out is spent on preparing for the future. So, it'll be quite nice to take a break.
You don't take many breaks, huh?
I don't often feel tired. Seeing the Mora come in has a way of making me feel quite invigorated. Still, your idea is very sensible. Mora can only lift a weary spirit. It cannot alleviate physical fatigue. So then, the days ahead of us. Any ideas on how to spend it?
Do something you never normally have the opportunity to do.
Something I never have the opportunity to do. Interesting. Before I decide, I'd like to know, what gave you this idea? Because as far as most people are concerned, Mora is the key to any and all opportunities.
But being a member of the Liwi Qixing is a limitation.
Yes, you're absolutely right. This is what I appreciate about you. You see things the way they are, rather than how they appear. I want to do something a little self-indulgent. Is that okay by you?
Day is yours. Do with it as you please.
Thank you. All right, here it is. I've always thought it would be fun to recapture what life was like before I joined the Liu Qixing. I was born into a humble family, and all the wealth you see now began with a single haul of fish.
You know how to you know how to fish?
I had to. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth.
You weren't born straight out of the womb spewing business knowledge and making Mora literally materialize like you were goddamn Morax?
Fishing isn't the half of it. You'd be amazed at some of the odd jobs I've worked in my time. A lot of the old folks like to brag about how I used to be their errand runner back in the day.
It's hard to imagine, but it makes sense.
They were tough times, but I had a clear goal and plenty of motivation. If I didn't make any money in the morning, I'd have no food for lunch. I guess that's why I came to be so obsessed with Mora. I want to relive that time for my life, feel some of that drive again. Take a trip down memory lane. So how about it? Will you join me?
Not what I was expecting, but it sounds like a lot of fun.
Great. Then let me lay down the ground rules. We're not to use our status or reputation in Liyue Harbor to our advantage, and we have no starting capital. The goal is to see how much more we can make under these conditions.
Let's start at the bottom of the ladder.
Okay. But working as a day laborer could be quite dull. Why don't we go down to the docks? They periodically throw out a lot of unclaimed or abandoned goods. We might find something that we can exchange for Mora.
That's not the most dignified way to make money.
What does it matter? Don't worry about it. It's all part of the fun. Come on, let's go down to the docks.
I really do appreciate that these hangouts let us go into these deep dives with characters. Getting to hear about Beto's past, for instance, was really, really nice. The whole fishing village, her being cursed. Getting to hear more about Ningguang, her past, how hard she's had to work and everything, really makes me appreciate her even more as a character. I love being able to spend time with these characters beyond just story quests or event quests and stuff like that. These hangout ones make it actually feel you're hanging out with them. Plus, you don't have a whole lot of Paimon to interject. It makes it feel like they're actually people and not just randomly thrown in waifu or husbando bait. Granted, we do need a lot more hangout events. I'd honestly kind of wish they would just even implement like 2 a version. There's just so many characters that need good hangout events or even sequel hangout events. I'd love for a good bit of Lisa stuff. Hell, if we started doing 5-star hangout events too, Jing, doing Mia, Ayaka, Shogun, being able to spend a little bit more time with them would be fan-fucking-tastic. Being able to explore the different routes and the art and the cute photos we get, the memories, be really fucking great. And I hope it does become a thing in the future. But I really do want them to do more hangouts because there's been several versions where we go without a single hangout being added and then we only get one. Go back and give some characters some love. Granted, maybe they have a giant plan for everything that I'm not privy to, but I don't know. It feels like you could definitely give some older characters some more love, or even some of the newer characters. Like, I mean, yeah, we got Shinobu getting one, but hold on. For instance, why not give Fischl more love, or give Razor more love, or stuff like that? I know some of them already have them, and it's been a while, so I don't remember exactly who and which ones all have them, but Lord knows, just to revive some interest in some of the other characters could. Very beautiful shot. Yeah. I'd really love that if MiHoYo would do that.
Time to go.
And also let us ring characters. Friendship ring? No, no, no. Let me get goddamn wedding rings that you can only, they're basically the same rarity as crowns.
Lady Ningguang, to what do I owe the honor? Are you here to inspect the goods in the warehouse? You may have to wait a moment. I must have not gotten the message. Sorry, I won't be long. I'll grab all the paperwork right away.
Calm down. No need to panic. That's not why we're here.
Oh, you're just looking for me? I haven't done anything. Have I? I mean, I don't think so.
I don't think I've done anything. Shit, have I broken the law? The law again? We want to know about the unclaimed and abandoned goods.
All right, the periodic clearances. Yeah, I've been handling those, strictly per the protocol. I make sure I post all the necessary notices and notify every individual that I'm required to. It used to be a huge problem, but with a bit of hard work, I've managed to reduce the amount of goods we need to clear out by at least half.
Why do so many goods get abandoned in the first place?
It's hard to say. It really depends. Everyone has their own reasons. But as far as the warehouse is concerned, they all fall into these categories: unclaimed goods, damaged goods, or unpaid storage fees. As for the damaged ones, I guarantee you it's nothing to do with how they're stored. It's because some things go bad more easily than others. If it sits there in the warehouse for too long, it goes without saying that it could start to affect the other goods. But that aside, even the smell is just unbearable.
So, have you cleared out any of these goods recently?
I'm afraid we just finished clearing out all the big ones. But don't worry, Lady Ningguang. If you're here for an inspection, then I'm here to make it happen. Hang tight. I'll grab some of the smaller items for you right away.
Hold on. Oh.
Off he goes.
I don't think he has quite grasped the nature of this situation.
Can't really blame him.
Lady Ningguang, I had a quick run through the list and cleared out some more items. Please, inspect them at your leisure.
Let me see here. Soggy food, an odd shoe,
An odd
a
shoe.
broken mirror, small wooden toy.
Terrible shape. No one wants
It's a
them.
shame we missed the last clearance. We're down to the slim pickings now. Some of these are true junk, but there are a few items of value here. Take this wooden toy, for example. The wood is good quality. If you took it apart, there's quite a number of useful everyday objects that you could turn it into. With a little work.
I have this stuff?
Huh? You want it? Well, sure. Take whatever you want. It's all getting thrown away anyway.
Great. This is going well.
Take some time to sift through what we've acquired.
Yes. And once we're done, we will find a merchant to give us an appraisal of their value.
I have no idea what's going on here, and I'm not about to ask either.
I have no idea what's going on here. Not about to ask either. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. The Bolai, right? Buy my shit, you shady bastard.
Lady Ningguang, welcome to my humble store. What can I get for you?
Actually, today's a little different. I'm not here to buy anything. I wanted to ask if you could take a look at some goods for me.
Just take a look? What for?
Give me an estimate on their value.
Oh, I see. Let me take a look then. I mean, I can take them. I have a few regular customers I can talk to. They should be able to salvage the raw materials. Shouldn't take long at all, but,
What's wrong? If it's too much trouble, please. There's no need to force it.
No, it's nothing like that. Well, anyway, so all of these together, I'll give you 150,000 mora.
I think
How
he
does
added a
that
couple
sound?
zeros by accident.
Oh, well...
No worries. The price is negotiable, of course, so we can discuss it further. If that figure's not what you had in mind, I can, bump it up a little. It'll be fine. I'm sure we can reach an...
What are your thoughts?
Honestly, that's way too much.
Yes. At most, these items are only worth a couple of thousand more.
Huh? Wait a minute. So you're really here just to sell a few things? And specifically, these things? I thought
that was all code for some kind of inspection or something.
You're misunderstood again.
It appears so. We can't go on like this. Let's try something else. As long as we're in Liyue Harbor, this kind of misunderstanding is inevitable. If I wasn't Ningguang, Go Sonar probably wouldn't have handed all of these over to us. And you likely wouldn't be willing to buy them either.
To be completely honest, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
This goes against the rules we set for ourselves at the start.
Leave Liyue Harbor and live an adventurer's life.
Are there any other ways for adventurers to make Mora besides their remuneration from the guild?
And go treasure hunting in Gili Plains. Work is hard and the pay is low.
Great. I don't mind. Let's give it a try. Lead the way.
You two have a good one.
Thanks, Bolai. Your mustache still looks fake. Wonder how often she actually leaves the Liyue Harbor area. Like, imagine if she just showed up in like Qingse Village. Would they freak out and understand?
This must be the place. Let's do this.
Time to go.
Incoming.
Okay, let me check something. So I'm at 128. Will this count?
It feels like it's been a long time since I've gotten so physical. The feeling of creating your wealth with your own two hands is just as exhilarating as ever.
Even for this paltry amount?
Yes, I'd say so. Everything starts out small. You focus on quantity at the outset, and gradually shift to focusing on quality as your wealth builds. And let's not forget, we started with no initial capital. It's reasonable to expect building something from nothing to be highly demanding. In any case, the sight of Mora has always had a way of improving my mood, no
Let's
matter
keep
what
this
the
momentum
sum
going.
is. I intend to. I'm not ready to stop yet, this time. Let's try something a little more challenging.
It did not. Okay.
Into the wind.
Don't waste my time. It's nothing.
The wind knows me.
Speed of light.
Another satisfying haul. What a feeling.
You're very good at this.
That's very kind of you. But I know I'm no match for a professional adventurer like yourself. For me, a battle is just a form of exercise. A way to keep fit and use up any surplus energy.
Have you scratched the itch yet?
Oh no, not yet. There's more Mora to be made. Hey, look! What's that hole in the ground?
I think it was dug by a weasel thief.
Oh, I see. So if we catch it, there's Mora for the taking?
Almost as fond of Mora as you are, go figure.
Oh, how quaint. That was your Beto impression, was it? Well, I'm afraid I'm having far too much fun to stop what I'm doing and start bickering with you, Captain. Come on, let's go get this weasel.
Aww.
There it is! After it! Goodness, this reminds me of fishing. Not an easy catch, but we didn't let it slip away, and the haul is now ours. That's what counts.
How much did we make?
Let's see. A little over 1,000 Mora. We can't do any serious business with this amount of starting capital. We need to keep working hard.
You need to take a break?
Actually, now that you mention it, I'm suddenly a little hungry. Huh. Amidst the thrill of the chase, I didn't even notice.
I kind of want to see Ningguang sprinting after a weasel thief. That'd be kind of hilarious.
Wangshu Inn is right there, but...
Based on our current financial position, we could rule that out.
Same thoughts here. After how hard we worked to get our hands on this Mora, it would be a shame to eat it all in a single sitting. In which case, I think I'll take this opportunity to show you a skill that I used to be rather proud of.
Fishing?
Yes, but the rule of the game is no fishing rods allowed. We're going fishing by hand. Come on, let's go down to the river.
Into the wind.
This should be enough. Let's head back to land and grill them.
Grills a fish like a pro.
Here, have a taste of my cooking. A fresh catch can go straight on the grill with minimal preparation and it tastes delicious, even with no seasoning. It's a little charred. That's on purpose. I just like how it tastes. Normally, I have to make a special request to the chef if I want it to taste like this.
You must be ready for a rest by now?
I'm okay. It was nothing. Back in the day, I had to hurry home after work to do my household chores. Then in the evening, it was out to the night market with the family to support our stall. I was always meticulous with the most menial of tasks. My mother always loved that about me. But by the same token, she didn't love the idea of me leaving home and starting my own business. She thought it was just an unnecessary risk when I could just carry on helping out at home instead.
Followed her advice, people wouldn't be calling you Lady Ningguang today.
You'd be more likely to see me pulling up outside Wanmin Restaurant and selling grilled tigerfish from a food cart. My childhood memories run deep. I'll always have a special affection for fish. They are confined to the water, and yet they live free, swimming around wherever the mood takes them.
A lot like adventuring.
It is. I have greatly enjoyed experiencing the adventurer lifestyle with you. When I think back on all my hard work in the past, it motivates me to face the challenges that lie ahead in the future.
Next time I'll grill fish for you.
That sounds great. I'm looking forward to it. But, a word of warning, I am very picky about my grilled fish. I can be a tough lady to impress.
Aww. Fortune shared. After a short rest, it is time once more to convert your precious efforts into future motivation. Aww. So cute.
There are leaves around. And I know just the tune to accompany them. If you...
Jade Chamber. The morning. Tired. Ugh. I honestly to the Ningguang talk for hours. Her voice is just that good. Wakey wakey, you sexy, sexy lady.
Yes, I'm already awake. I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing. Good morning. Did you sleep well?
I was a little nervous.
There's nothing to worry about. So, what's I imagine this must have taken. Sure. My schedule is usually so.
Same
It'll be quite
dialogue.
nice to. I don't often. Still. So then.
Do something you'd normally know about.
Something I never. Ah. Have you played the chess game I made? Or heard of it, perhaps?
Is it called Liyue Millennial?
Yes. It's based on classic chess, but with different rules. When I was designing it, I wanted it not only to be a fun game, but also to capture Liyue's culture in a unique way. So I introduced a lot of concepts that aren't part of traditional chess, as well as different chess pieces and even boards.
I don't even know how to play chess. Okay, here we go.
I'm constantly revising and expanding it. So far, there are over 30 editions.
What an ambitious project.
True. That's one reason why it's been difficult to catch on. But I don't feel that making it easier to learn is necessarily a good thing. Isn't one of the joys of playing chess to continually learn and progress through a complex set of rules?
So how do we get people interested in it?
I think the key will be to make something that easily catches the attention of people who haven't played much chess before. I'm planning to make a new set with the board and pieces based on the battle for Liyue. One side will play the Guardians of Liyue Harbor. The other side will play the Fatui and Osile.
I'd play that.
No problem. I will let you try it out as soon as I finish the prototype. I want to make each of the chess pieces of Liyue Millennial as true to life as possible. And no Guardians of Liyue chess set would be complete without you.
You're gonna make a chess piece based on me?
I am indeed. Many of them, in fact.
Did I sell the rights to my merch or my identity as a person?
My thinking was that only people who pre-order the chess set at full price will be eligible to receive the limited edition Traveler chess piece.
Am I gonna get royalties?
It seems only fitting for someone of your status.
I'm part of the marketing plan.
Naturally, since you are the face of that historic event. I intend to make chess pieces for everyone.
I mean,
who
I
was
don't have an
involved that
issue with
day,
it. It's just,
including myself.
don't tell Paimon, because Paimon will start begging you for money.
Everyone who owns this chess set will preserve this moment in history in a vivid and compelling form.
Sounds great.
Then it's decided. Come with me. To make this chess piece, I need to take some measurements.
Right, and thinking... Yep, top one, okay.
Time to go.
Be gentle with me. Get your mind out of the gutter. I can't help it, you're very attractive. And I may or may not, you know, be feeling certain things towards you. I'm honestly having a tough time on deciding, like, if I was living in Teyvat, just based on these three nations, where I would live as the traveler. Honestly, Liyue is a big contender for me, but Inazuma, a lot more water and a lot more distance to travel, and only a couple islands have actual cities and stuff like that are kind of inhabited and recovering from post-war and stuff like that. But it has this beautiful aesthetic to it. But I think Liyue is still my probably number one place. Like, if I was the traveler, I'd be living. Obviously, I have the teapot and everything, but if I had to set down and start some put my roots here, I wouldn't mind if it was Liyue. Mondstadt is nice, and I like the layout of Mondstadt, but it's also nowhere near as populated.
Surely enough to convince anyone to
I think I
become
just
a
have
writer.
more fun in Liyue overall. Maybe as we start getting some more Inazuma characters, even some more Mondstadt and things develop in the future, that could very well change. But yeah, I kind of prefer Liyue. Oh, it's this sexy lady.
Oh, Lady Ningguang and the Traveler.
You already know each other?
We've met before.
Oh, I think it goes a little deeper than that. I don't teach my hard-earned skills to just anyone, you know. There's a word for people like you, who are warm one minute and cold the next.
I don't know how to deal with you, lady.
You seem to be in a good mood today.
As ever, there's nothing special about today, but seeing you two has definitely perked me up.
I should refrain from making a comment because I would be seen as one hell of a pervert.
All jokes aside, how can I be of service today?
Remember the custom chess pieces I told you about? I'd like you to take his measurements today.
But isn't she in the porcelain business?
Whatever business I'm in, I am first and foremost a woman of many talents. Don't you
Touché.
remember when I taught you how to make perfume? There was no porcelain involved in that.
You're telling me there's no porcelain in perfume? I've been lied to.
As it happens, I am a skilled tailor as well. What can I say? I'm in the prime of my youth and I love all beautiful things. Is that so strange?
Yingar is every bit as proficient as any of the top tailors in the land. I've availed myself of
Yingar?
her services many times before.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just realizing that the traveler only thinks I'm good at one thing. I see how it is. In which case, you'll find all the tools you could need in the room. Please, help yourselves. I'll stay outside and mind my own porcelain business, as you quite rightly suggested.
Huh? What are you expecting me to do here?
Oh, I think the traveler is the one you should be asking about that.
I wasn't suggesting anything.
I'm kidding. It's hard not to tease when you're both so well matched. Come on then, step inside and I'll examine your body from tip to toe.
Could I still have Ningguang do that? I mean, yeah, no. Yeah, you'll be fine. She was even caught off guard.
If I hear any strange new rumors after this, you will be my number one suspect.
Rumors about the traveler or the chess piece?
Either. Both are confidential.
Don't worry, I know where the line is. I'd never take a joke too far.
Your hand is literally clipping into your hair.
Secrets are only fun when they're kept secret.
I hope you do know where the line is.
Just enough with the ambiguous phrasing, okay? You'll give people the wrong idea. Forget it. Let's just go.
Wrong idea? God? Oh, they wanted me for my body.
You're always welcome at Scent of Spring. Come again, anytime.
I slightly regret bringing you here. It doesn't bother me. I just hope she didn't make you feel too awkward. Now that your measurements are taken, let's go to Mingxing Jewelry and put an order in.
What's wrong? Are you bothered by the fact that I didn't measure you? I never said that. Shit. Can you read minds? I mean, no.
Hello, Lady Ningguang. What can I do for you today?
That chess piece I told you about? We can start work now. I have the traveler's measurements here.
Do I get any royalties from this?
Okay, let me just double check. Looks good. This has all the measurements we need. I'll pass them on to the craftsman shortly.
Good. And as agreed, please use top-grade materials only.
Of course, we are professionals, and we will do everything we can to deliver the high standard you expect.
Okay, but it'd be fucking hilarious as if they pay tens of millions of Mora to get these specific chess games, and they have the limited edition Traveler in there, but it's as rinky-dink dangy as the real-life Traveler would be, because we're constantly going through swamps, rivers, fires, and everything, and it's just like, I paid a lot of money for this, and it's like, yeah, it's actually very real to life. It'd be a great representation.
Although, speaking to you as a friend, I have to tell you that the sale price you indicated won't even cover the cost of production. I don't mean just the material costs either. Waiting around for top quality materials drags out the production time and also reduces the total quantity we can produce.
That's okay. This one is not for profit. With every previous set, there's always been some degree of commercial or marketing considerations to bear in mind. But this one serves more of a commemorative purpose. To that point, as you know, the prototype of the Jade Chamber chess piece has been in the works for a long time, but I haven't once followed up on the progress.
Jade Chamber? There's a Jade Chamber piece in this chess set?
Yes, and just like your piece, the Jade Chamber piece will be scaled for the game.
Now I understand her concern.
Yes, it's a challenging project, but also, not for profit is really not something I ever expected from Lady Ningguang. How do I put it? It just seems out of character.
In business, everything comes down to profits versus losses. You have to keep a cool head and make rational judgments. In other words, you must be shrewd. But shrewdness is easily perceived as cynicism in the eyes of others. People come to think of you as someone who cares only about money and not people. Hardly the worst thing in the world, of course. But it has caused obstacles for me in the past.
How?
Well, for example, I once had a case where someone backed out of a deal with me to sell to someone else. We were both offering the exact same terms. It was simply because they didn't like me very much. Another case is where I offered distinctly more competitive terms in an investment, and this ended up arousing their suspicion. That Ningguang, they thought. She must be up to something. We can't let her get away with it.
I see.
But these problems disappeared all but completely after the battle against Ercile. Why? Because the whole of Liyue witnessed me destroying my Jade Chamber. At least, that's the most reasonable explanation I can think of.
Yeah, you did kind of throw it at him.
Oh, I get it.
Or rather, draft
You're
it.
saying that back when you sacrificed the Jade Chamber, you gained everyone's respect in return. You're not seeking to make a profit from these chess pieces because what you're commemorating is your personal contribution to Liyue Harbor. It was the deal of the century. And as long as you keep capitalizing on it, business will be plain sailing for you in the future.
Yes, exactly. Very to the point.
Truly a brilliant strategy, Lady Ningguang. You really are a business mastermind. Now I understand why this set needs to be so perfect and why it's okay that it doesn't turn a profit.
It will be a lot of work, and I'm most grateful to you. Make sure the Traveler's piece is exactly how he wants it. We can't go letting him down.
Don't you worry. We'll put our all into it.
Well, that's that then. Let's head back to the Jade Chamber. There's something I want to discuss with you. I have a question for you, and I'd like to hear your honest opinion. And I, in turn, will tell you how I really think. When we were at Mingxing Jewelry, I admitted that my decision to sacrifice the Jade Chamber was a calculated one. I had already considered what I stood to lose and to gain. When you heard that, did it make you think that maybe I really was a cynical profit chaser after all?
Point is that you stepped up when the time came.
Thank you. Yes, you see things the way they are, however they may appear on the surface. I was lying to Xingxi. My decision to destroy the Jade Chamber was nowhere near as thought through as I made it out to be. I just thought we should do what needed to be done, and this was a decision that only I could make. Afterwards, I consoled myself by reasoning that all my wealth comes from Liyue Harbor. So, to lose Liyue Harbor is to lose everything. In that sense, giving up the Jade Chamber would be a profitable investment in the long term. But it just didn't work. I was grief-stricken. Like a huge part of my heart was suddenly missing.
Like I'm feeling right now. God damn it. Probably not close enough, but I wish I could give you a hug.
Because I had just severed ties with a lifelong companion. I stared out at the sea for goodness knows how long. I just couldn't let it go. I just couldn't.
God, her voice actor, for fuck's sake.
There was no way I could console myself. So why bother trying? But as time went by, I received so many thank you gifts and letters from people. Everyone was describing how they now saw me in a new light, how I'd become an inspiration to them.
This. This is what I was talking about. I love these deep dives into characters we get through the fucking hangouts. And why it slightly irks me when I see people go, I don't play the hangouts. One, there's the rewards section. 60 free Primo gems for basically an hour and a half of work at most or so. You could skip all of it and just get to the memories, so it'd be even less if you really didn't give a shit about any of the characters. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. It gives us a better deep dive into the characters, their personalities, their backstories. You get to hear more of their voice act work. This is a permanent feature of the game, so if you miss an event where maybe they were prominent in that event, it's not as big of a deal because you still get to experience them as a character. And they're not just a random waifu or husbando added it into this gacha game. No, it feels like they're lived in this world. Jin, Noelle. Like, I bet Shinobu's is just pretty nice as well. Why I love doing these. Really do. Why I've been working my butt off, get to the point where I'm caught up on story quests, caught up on hangouts and everything, because for all of its faults, I love Genshin Impact, I love the characters, I love the world, I want to keep playing. I may get burned out occasionally, but for just so addictingly good, in my frank opinion. Everyone can have a different opinion, obviously, but it's been on a roll the past several things I've done where it's made me emotional or care more about a character, emotionally connect with them pretty much. Perilous Trails, that event cutscene broke me. Both of them actually. Both of them fucking broke me. Ito's story quest, Shogun's quest, yeah, Kokomi, Mia, Ayaka. I've had so many moments in this game where it's actually made me emotional. That's part of the reason why it also made me want to start streaming this, so I can just keep it like a visual representation, a video representation of my experience with Genshin Impact, even if it's not, the most unique commentary or the most common or most consistent. There's just definitely some silent patches, but this is what I love about Genshin Impact. These moments. Now I hope and want them to do more and bring us way more hangout events at a similar level. And I really hope Ningguang gets a second hangout event because I would be so down to play it. I'd probably play it day one, holy shit, if I had the keys.
I gave up the Jade Chamber without a moment's hesitation, and I did it for the sake of Leo Harbor. And now, people are inspired to follow my example, to tackle their life challenges with the same unswerving determination.
I apologize for that tangent and everything. It got to me.
All of this was so encouraging to hear. It made me feel that my dear old companion's sacrifice was not in vain.
Why did you lie to her?
Because, to most people, the idea that Lady Ningguang is someone who battles with grief and struggles to let go of the past is probably the furthest thing from the truth that they could imagine. This is one aspect of the truth that I can share only with you. The fact that I can't always be as strong as everyone thinks I am.
Done so well.
Thank you for your comforting words. It feels good even just to be able to talk about it. I'm sorry that you have to see me in this state, but look where I am now. Standing on the deck of the Jade Chamber once more, taking in the view. It must be fate's reward to me, and if I end up having to do it all over again in the future, I will not hesitate to make the same decision again.
Unchanging will. Countless melancholy moments, the clouds are now at last clear. Gazing ahead, she will surely make the right decisions. Oh, fuck? That was such a nice route. But like, Bennett's had some good hangouts. I love Noel's hangouts. Toma had a great hangout. Yona had a good hangout. Barbara's hangouts were nice. Chung Yun's hangouts were nice. Beto loved her hangouts. Sayo was a lot of fun. Goro was a lot of fun. Yoon Jin enjoyed it a lot. Ningguang is really fucking good.
Time to go.
That makes me so happy. It really does.
I follow the wind.
Alright, let's work on getting this last route and completing it. Then I think I will end the stream after that because it's basically 2:30 in the morning and it'll probably take me another 15 minutes maybe. I'm kind of getting tired. Getting emotional all the time makes me tired.
Yes, I'm already awake.
Can I come in?
I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing.
I could help. I mean, I'll wait out here.
Good morning. Did you sleep well? Oh. So, what's item 1? I imagine this must have taken back. Sure. My schedule is usually. So, it'll be quite nice to. I don't often. Still. So then.
Something you know.
Interesting. Because as far as most people.
Or it
are
could be a
concerned,
limitation.
Yes. You're absolutely. I want to do something.
Sure, whatever you feel like doing.
Thank you. I was born into a humble family. Fishing isn't that. A lot of the old folks like to brag about
Hard to
how
imagine.
they were tough times. But if I didn't make any money in the morning, I want to relive. So how about it?
Sure.
Will you? Great. We're not to use our. The goal is to see how much.
Go and find some work at Northland Bank.
I can see why you'd suggest that. You're thinking I could use my knowledge of how Mora works to my advantage and make a lot of money there. But Northland Bank is a special case. I rather suspect I would not be welcome there.
Because you've classed in the past?
Yes, and also. Never mind. I'll just show you. It won't eat up too much time. I expect they still hold a grudge against me to this day.
Okay.
Time to go.
Lady Ningguang, I would hope that you're not here to create further trouble for the Fatui. With all due respect, too much official pressure will risk driving our bank out of business.
There's no need to be so hostile. I'm just here to talk business. So, are you in business or not?
That depends on the proposal, and it's not my decision alone. But first, tell me, why should we believe that you really are here for business? Because if you're here to make us suffer huge losses like last time, then I'm sorry, but none of us here can afford that.
Straight to the point, I see. Works for me. Traveler, we're leaving. Let's not waste any more of our time here. Do you see what I mean now? Their attitude was just as I expected.
I mean, I don't pity them at all. Most Fatui suffering, I welcome. There's only very few exceptions. Child, as much of a bastard as he is, he has his little brother and everything, and he's really such a sweetheart towards his little brother. I think he has sisters, but like, one of the ones where I'm torn whether or not I want him to suffer sometimes and not suffer sometimes. Katarina from the Chasm, the ceasing mage. Oh, she didn't deserve that. Man, she's one of the ones I care about. And we're not even trying to hide our hostility towards you.
That's for sure. Although our diplomatic relations with Snezhnaya haven't broken down completely. I dealt them a rather ruthless blow with the size of the reparations payment I imposed. This sum was paid by Northland Bank, so they are still wary of me to this day.
That's true. Northland Bank is just an arm of the Fatui.
Yes, with some exceptions, but that is more or less correct. If you encounter them in any other nations during your travels, be on your guard. They are more than just a commercial organization.
Guess I shouldn't have included this as an option.
That's okay. My intention here was to show you some of the repercussions of that great battle. But that's quite enough politics for today. Let's get back to our fun little survival game.
Wait a sec, can you sense it?
Now that you mention it, yes. We're being watched.
I think they've been following us since we left Northland Bank.
What are they plotting this time?
Grab them and ask the question.
My thoughts exactly. But we need to be discreet. If they realize we're onto them, then we'll lose the element of surprise.
Hey, person following me! Fuck you!
Let's act natural, determine who our tail is, then lure them somewhere more deserted so we can keep moving. Just walk forward at a normal pace and don't do anything to give away that we suspect anything.
Join the Adventurers Guild. You'll have a blast.
Okay, I think we have a few potential suspects. There's a lot of foot traffic here, but if you look closely, you'll see only a handful of people have been watching us constantly. But I'm still not sure which of them is our tail.
Keep going for now.
Whoever it is will continue to follow us.
You'll have a blast.
God, the way she walks is just fucking man. Starting this game, I was not as big into Ningguang as a waifu, but now it's just grown over time. She just has that allure.
I think we've narrowed it down a little further, but let's stay calm until we're 100% sure. It shouldn't take much longer.
You got that full jiggle physics. Holy shit. Not complaining.
I
Definitely
think
not
I have the answer.
Me too.
Let's get out of his line of sight and sneak up on him. Don't get the wrong person, though, or all our efforts will have been for nothing.
What's the...
Wrong guy. Ugh! He got a...
Thought that was gonna be a red herring.
Hey, what is it?
Wrong. Ugh!
Really? They're gonna be that on the nose about it?
What are you doing?
Come now. Did you really think we wouldn't notice you sneaking around?
What? I'm not doing anything.
No use in trying to deny
I
it.
don't know what scheme Northland Bank has in the works, and I don't know what they're paying you. But let's make a deal. How cooperative you are now decides how much immunity I give you when this gets investigated. Or do you seriously think Northland Bank won't throw you to the wolves when push comes to shove? Why don't you weigh the pros and cons and give me a clear answer before I retract my offer?
He's not giving him a moment to breathe.
Sorry, Lady Ningguang. My assignment was just to follow you, I promise, that's it. When you showed up unannounced at Northland Bank, everyone was instantly on high alert. We figured you must be up to something, but your brief conversation left us none the wiser as to your intentions. We couldn't just overlook it. We had to get to the bottom of it before we could put our minds at rest.
Are they really this guarded against
I
you?
know they're wary of me, but this is still an overreaction, surely. This all feels very suspicious. There must be more to this than he is letting on. I only took you there to demonstrate how tense things are. Somehow we only tested the waters, but ended up with the catch of the day. Is there anyone else following us besides you?
Yes. They would have seen this and reported back.
Then we need to get moving. The longer they have to react, the fewer clues they'll leave behind.
So you need to prepare?
No time. I'll just have to improvise. Keep him with you. Do not let him slip away.
Time to go. Time to go.
Are you saying that Ningguang hasn't done anything? Impossible. She wouldn't have shown up here out of the blue without good reason. Keep investigating. We must ascertain her intentions.
So much commotion. This must be an important meeting.
Oh, great.
It looks like I wasn't supposed to be privy to the contents of this particular meeting. This simplifies things.
So, you are here to investigate us after all. Where did you get wind of this?
That doesn't matter. What matters is that I made a brief and inconsequential visit, and your first reaction was to immediately arrange a sizable surveillance operation with myself as the target. You couldn't have advertised your guilty conscience more clearly if you'd tried. You may as well come clean. You know I will not turn a blind eye to any violation of the rules in Liyue Harbor.
Even if we cooperate with her investigation, she's bound to find problems even where there are none. Well, if you're such a stickler for the rules, you can carry out your investigation by the book. The Northland Bank has no obligation to cooperate, even with a member of the Liyue Qixing.
Fine by me. Then I'll take my time. But you'll be begging to tell me everything by the time I'm through.
Faint in riposte. No one wants to have to go up against Ningguang. Objection! Alright. Did it! I have done Ningguang and Yunjin on this stream. So, when I stream tomorrow, I don't know if it'll be early day or way late at night, but I'm going to do Kuki Shinobu, and then she's done. I will basically be completely ready for version 2.8. Then I'll kind of have new stuff to do. Even though I have played the Golden Apple Archipelago before. It'll be nice to revisit that place. Usual statue to hang out at. Bring me to it. 26,335. Nice. All right. It has been 3 hours and 44 minutes. Fairly long stream, but Hangouts usually do take a little bit longer because I'm not speeding through them, and I did go on some tangents, take a bathroom break, etc. I really do hope anyone who watched this enjoyed themselves. Again, I apologize for the tangent. Didn't exactly mean to go that hard on what I was talking about, but I feel passionate about Genshin. As you can kind of tell, it's not like I haven't put in, what, 76, 80 hours in the past couple of months of Genshin alone, just streaming. I've worked my butt off to get to this point, and I am proud of that. Player's still not as bad as it used to be, which I'm really proud of. I don't think I can ever get it fully away because I still don't know how I'm going to do my room, but that is either near or yeah or yeah. I'm on slightly sleepy brain, so I apologize for random noises. And this has been Aldowix. Thank you guys for tuning in. I need to start getting more of these pods onto YouTube. Either way, yeah. See you in the next stream for Shinobu's Hangout, and then we're done. And then it's just waiting for 2.8, which is here in a couple days. Bye.